His opponent in the blue corner, Angelo Rolon, Police Athletic League. From Brooklyn, he is also 16 years old and a student at Bushwick High School. His record, 1 decision, 1 knockout.
Two 16-year-olds.
Okay, listen, I'm not going to be hard on the rules, you guys know the rules. That's why you're here. But I am going to be hard on if I say break.
Ishmael Sanders in the gold. Angelo Rolon in the blue. 3 2-minute rounds, 106-pound novice championship. Dan Gant is the referee. The Golden Gloves Championships divided into 2 nights this year. We'll have more for you tomorrow night, again live at 7:30 here on Madison Square Garden Network. And here we go, the southpaw, tall and thin, is Ishmael Sanders from Far Rockaway.
In Sanders' last outing in the semifinals, he took on 5'11" Kimba J and outboxed him. And I mean, that was a matchup between 2 giants at this weight, 5'11" and 5'7".
Rolon has a knockout in his 2 fights thus far in the tournament. The reach advantage is to Sanders.
Remember, the judges are looking for clean punches, the amount of shots that land. Not so much the hard shots that land, but the volume of punches.
Straight left was thrown by Sanders, that reach advantage. A little bit. He's making use of it a little bit, and he's been able to back up Rolon several times.
Sanders at 5'7", has about 6 inches in height over Angelo Rolon, and several inches in reach. And right now he's using it. He's also a southpaw, and that's a bit confusing.
Was wide with his punches, now coming straight into the body and scoring points on the inside. Moved out of there nicely. Final seconds, round 1. Round 2 of our opening bout of the Golden Gloves finals, and Angelo Rolon comes out swinging the big right hand. I think he sensed that he lost that first round.
That's right. Not being much of a knockout puncher, he realizes he's got to come back and win the next 2 rounds, if indeed he did lose that opening round.
Now Sanders in that first round, right at the end, switched from southpaw to the conventional right hand stance. Now he's gone back to southpaw.
As an amateur, Angelo Rolon, 27 wins, 3 losses. Sanders undefeated in 4 bouts.
Well, Randy, Rolon looks like the better boxer, but he's waiting for Sanders to get off instead of initiating the action. He's laying back too much.
Rolon was with a good straight right hand in this round.
Buddy, you think that height advantage of being a southpaw helps Sanders?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You can see that he's confusing his opponent, but what Rolon has to do is pick up the action more because he's slipping a lot of punches, but he's not countering.
5 judges at ringside do the scoring. 20 points to the winner of a round, 19 or fewer to the loser. Sanders coming in, and Dan Gant, the referee.
There's been 2 cautions now so far to Rolon. One for holding on a few moments ago, and the other one for... Danny Gant told him to watch the use of the head.
I think Rolon's confused by the height and everything and the reach, and by his opponent being a southpaw.
There's no question that the 2 young men in there know what Danny Gant is talking about. He's loud enough.
Rolon has gotten in that straight right hand repeatedly. It's been a better round for him. Sanders has come on in the second half of this round.
Rolon has to stay on the inside to nullify Sanders' reach.
These are the 2 youngest men, 16 years old. The 2 youngest in the gloves.
End of round 2. Third and final round, 106-pound novice championship. Angelo Rolon in the blue, Ishmael Sanders in the gold. I've got the fight even. I gave Rolon the second round.
So did I, but not by much. Rolon's corner, as you heard, quite upset with him and told him he's blowing the fight, but he's got to get out there and brawl, basically. Don't box, brawl.
He's got no choice now. He should do it that round. And the second round could have went either way, so he has to pull it out this round.
Sanders with that reach has been able to get those long arms in there and land. Rolon trying to find a way inside. Rolon representing the PAL, Sanders representing the Boys Club of New York, and a caution to Rolon's corner for coaching.
They got to put a lid on it. You got to be very quiet in that amateur corner.
Well, Sanders' corner has been doing it differently. They've been standing up and giving him signals. I don't know if he sees them or not. Here they're going, throwing everything.
I don't know that there's any rule against giving hand signals.
Rolon looks real tired.
This is typical of going for the gold action in Golden Gloves.
That's it, Red. There's no tomorrow after this.
That's it.
Rolon having trouble lifting those arms and lifting those gloves, the 16-ounce gloves, thumbless gloves.
This is where you got to dig down deep.
Both boxers are tired. Sanders keeping it up. Oh, he tried a little bolo punch.
Buddy just mentioned it, digging down deep, and I think that's what Sanders is doing, and I believe he's going to pull it out by digging down deep.
That's it. At the bell, Rolon gets in one more punch, and Sanders wanted to... At first, I thought maybe Sanders wanted to tap gloves for congratulations. No, he wanted to throw more punches.
Yeah, he wanted another minute added on to that round. And there you see, just at the bell, Angelo Rolon got in with the right hand, and here we thought Sanders was saying, hey, good fight, but no. He wanted a good swipe, a good right hand on the nose. Now the temperaments, I believe, have died down, and they're going to wait for the decision. I thought it was a pretty decent round for Sanders, and I thought he took the first round and the second round. Rolon,
I like Sanders.
It's going to be close.
I'll give it to Sanders all the way.
Ishmael Sanders, 16 years old, high school student from Far Rockaway.
Okay, can I?
106-pound novice class.
I'm sorry.
Last year's champion at this weight was Luis Diaz. Cards being tallied at ringside. You look at Angelo Rolon, 16 years old from Brooklyn, student at Bushwick High School, whose favorite fighter is Mark Breland, who won this tournament, won championships in this tournament 5 times. A Golden Gloves, New York Golden Gloves record. Cards being collected. Anxious moments here. First year in the Golden Gloves for both these fighters, both these boxers at the minimum age of 16. Rolon seemed to tire in that third round, Randy.
I really thought that could be the deciding factor. It was a very close fight, I thought, going to the third round, but as Buddy McGirt pointed out, you got to dig down. Those final seconds, this is what it's all about. They both dug down, but the man you're looking at, Ishmael Sanders, I thought dug a little deeper, and I thought he won it.
Cards have been collected. Matt Cusack will announce the champion.
The 106-pound novice champion, Sanders.
Ishmael Sanders, by decision. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
The thrill of victory.
And the agony of losing a decision.
He said it's for you, Randy.
Yeah, this one's for you. That's because I picked Rolon to win.
Ishmael Sanders, 16 years old. It all starts here for the young man from Far Rockaway. as he is announced Golden Gloves champion in the 106-pound novice class. We'll continue on with our coverage of the 62nd Annual Daily News Golden Gloves Championship in a moment. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum as we're getting set for the 112-pound Open Championship. Juan Acevedo, in his third year in the Golden Gloves, has had a bye. This will be his first fight. He will fight for the championship. Last year he lost to Raymond Castro in this same division in the championship. Lionell Odom has won one decision. As we mentioned last week, he fought in the Nationals and lost in the final. Odom is 17 years old, and previous champions in this division: Kenny Mitchell, Manuel Gago, Ralph Rosario, Israel Castro, Raymond Castro in '87. Castro beat Acevedo, as we mentioned.
Judge.
Acevedo in the gold, Lionell Odom in the blue. Acevedo is 21 years old, Odom just 17. Glancing left hook scored by Acevedo. Nice quick left by Odom. Odom's got nice moves in there.
He really does. He couldn't have come back with a second-place finish after going out to the Nationals in Colorado if he didn't have some talent. Perhaps the best thing about him, Sam, as a boxer is his quick left hand. He throws nice combinations, and his right cross. But he really owns the middle of the ring with a fine left hand.
Well, Acevedo showed him no respect because he's walking right to him and putting a lot of pressure on him.
Well, that could cost him because Odom likes that kind of fight. When a man walks right at him, that's when he feels he could use all his skills by moving. And if Acevedo keeps doing this, we'll see.
Good work by Odom. He's throwing 2-3 punches at a time. Nice combinations and then getting out of trouble. Acevedo's been landing one. Odom's been landing 3.
Odom's got a real nice right hand. He throws it right from the shoulder, turns it right over, just the way you're supposed to do, right by the textbook. They call it pronating the blow.
He's very calm and relaxed boxer, Odom.
What's the tip-off there, buddy?
He just looks so relaxed, and his opponent's coming to him, and he's not panicking, just waiting and picking the spots. You see very few amateurs throw a left uppercut, left hook, all in one combination.
Very pretty right hand to the body by Odom.
Nice movement by Odom from side to side, slipping like that, getting out of trouble. Final seconds, round 1. Sam Rosen, Randy Gordon, Buddy McGirt, Bruce Beck. Here at Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. This is the first of 2 championship nights of the 62nd Annual Daily News Charities Golden Gloves here at Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. This is the 112-pound open final with Lionell Odom in the blue, Juan Acevedo in the gold. Good first round for Odom, I thought, Randy.
It was a very pretty round. As soon as that round ended, I looked over at Buddy McGirt, and he shook his head, held up a thumb, and pointed over to Odom and said, yeah, he's good.
I love to watch fighters like Odom who think and place their punches and do everything right. It just looks like he's been boxing for a very long time.
Odom representing New York City Parks and Recreation, a sophomore at Bayside High School.
Odom says one day he'd like to turn pro. I'll bet that at 17, when he does turn pro, he's going to grow into a, I'd say, 135-pounder, buddy.
Oh, yeah. As long as you stay at 35, no close before it.
For those boxers who lost in the Nationals, they still have the regionals ahead in the Olympic trials to look forward to. If they can win in the Golden Gloves regionals and the Golden Gloves finals, National Golden Gloves tournament, and then get an invitation to the Olympic trials in July.
That's a very smart left hand being thrown by Odom. He pecks away at it and rams it right into the face of Acevedo, and Acevedo is very confused.
Pretty combination by Odom. So double-up jab.
He's so relaxed, Odom. I'm amazed that he's only 17 years old.
Well-schooled, and he's totally outboxing Acevedo here. Beautiful jabs, moving nicely, throwing combinations, and Acevedo having all kinds of problems.
He's taking to the school today.
Third final round.
Go back. Go back.
112-pound open championship. Juan Acevedo in the gold, Lionell Odom in the blue. And I gave that second round, I gave it a 2-point round for Odom.
Exactly. I wrote in my notes, first round, Odom outboxes Acevedo. Second round, I put Odom easily outboxes Acevedo. You've got to make it a 2018 or even a 2017 round. They're very generous with the points.
Looked like a slip. It's a slip.
Yeah.
That's what Dan Gant says. Odom backtracking was a little off balance. Look at him come with a flurry, and again, Acevedo just totally confused. He can't pinpoint him, corner him long enough to land punches.
This is what we talked about at the start of the bout, that Odom loves it when you rush him, and every time you see Acevedo now out of frustration trying to rush in, he is eating leather.
Coaching in the corner of Acevedo.
And I
Caution from Dan Gant.
Danny looked quite angry there. I have a feeling that maybe one more time, a point may be deducted from Acevedo, and he doesn't need that now.
Beautiful work with the left hand by Odom, and then he came back with a right to the body. This is a very well-schooled young man.
You see that shoe shine on the inside?
Lionell Odom, who was a semifinalist last year at 16, a finalist this year at 17, and looking like a champion.
I love it. I love to see guys like this fight.
Pretty combination.
Whenever I play my Mike Tyson's Punch Out, I'm the guy in gold. I'm Acevedo. I just take it.
Final seconds of this third round. And I think we're seeing a star in the making here, Lionell Odom. Dan Gant, the caution to Acevedo, keep the head up. But that's it. A disappointed Acevedo walks to his corner, but Odom with the arms raised, looking like a winner, and he certainly pleased the crowd here at the Felt Forum. I think they know they're seeing something special in 17-year-old Lionell Odom.
This is what the night has been like for the man in gold, Acevedo. He eats a shot to the belly, takes one to the top of the head, and just as he was stopping there to try to regroup, he ate some more shots. It was a masterful performance tonight. There can be no question Odom won this one easily.
Dan Gant.
Take your time.
That's the voice of Dan Gant you're hearing, collecting the cards from the judges. But these are being handed up quickly. I think the decision is rather clear. Acevedo making the rounds. 21 years old in his third Golden Gloves. Last year a finalist, this year a finalist. But it looks like for the second year in a row, he will not hear his name announced as a champion.
Bridesmaid once again.
He's got nothing to be ashamed of. We lost a very good fighter tonight.
Good show, fellas. Damn good show.
Dan Gant brings the fighters to the center of the ring. Here's the announcement
The
of the champion.
112-pound open champion is Odom.
Lionell Odom.
Good hands, fellas. Good hands. Good show.
In a clear-cut decision. A beautiful performance. So if there was any doubt how he would react to last week's loss in the AAU Nationals, oh yes.
That's how he reacted, Sam.
No problem for Lionell Odom. He is the 112-pound open champion. He will wear the Golden Gloves home tonight. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. Boxers in the ring in the 119-pound novice finals. Junior Jones, representing the PAL, which has several representatives tonight, has won 2 decisions to get him to the championship final. And Arnold Miranda, decision and a knockout, representing Cage Recreation, a fine boxing club up in Yonkers. He'll be in the ring fighting for the championship against Junior Jones. And previous winners in this division, 1984 Patrick Sullivan, Kevin Kelly, outstanding young performer who's advanced in the open class and a 3-time Golden Glover, 1985 champion, Robert Scott in 86, and David Brown last year the champion in the 119-pound novice division. 18-year-old Junior Jones in the gold from Brooklyn, New York.
You guys know the rules, because that's why you're here.
Dan Gant is the referee. Arnold Miranda, 22 years old, from Santurce, Puerto Rico. Now makes his home in Pearl River. not far from where I live, next town over, up in Rockland County. Student at Clarkstown High School, actually a graduate of Clarkstown High School, Clarkstown South.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Dan Gant makes sure all judges are in place. First year in the gloves for Arnold Miranda. Second year in the gloves for Junior Jones.
Buddy, when it's your first year in the Golden Gloves, you find yourself all of a sudden in the finals.
Jones all over Miranda here.
You think Miranda has a case of the shakes right now?
Yeah, most definitely. You fight in the stuff a lot of people dreamed of to be in, and you're there.
Standing 8 count for Arnold Miranda. Taking a lot of punches, and finally that right hand, gloves up, indicating he's ready to continue. 3 standing 8s in any one round will end the fight. And look at Jones come out blasting away, and Dan Gant steps in and gives him another standing 8.
3 standing 8 counts in one round. This is over. Or combination, knockdowns or whatever. 3 in a round and it's over.
Jones lands a good straight left, and again Miranda's hurting, but he's going punch for punch, and he's making a drastic mistake.
Obviously, Miranda, a take-no-prisoners kind of boxer. You either get him or he gets you.
Jones landed a good left hook. Miranda showing a lot of courage. Good combination by Jones. This one is just about over. Gant is looking to stop it. He's very close to the fighters. Can Miranda survive the round? Big left hook got in again by Jones.
Sam,
blood pouring from the nose of Miranda. Sorry, buddy.
Junior Jones came to me before the gloves. He had lost a close decision. He asked me, how did you stay dedicated? I told him that every loss you have to take as a lesson and work harder. So it seems like he took my advice because he's here in the finals today.
Tremendous first round for Junior Jones. Representing the BAL.
Good round, baby. Good round.
Punch yourself out. Now wake that jab. Wake the jab. You're throwing wild punches. Throw off the jab. Here's the bucket.
Let's go to the body
count.
count.
Yes. Wake it out.
Where's the mouthpiece?
I got it. Richie, you got a towel?
Miranda took a beating there. A few big shots to the head. He wobbled, and as soon as he wobbled once, Danny Gant stepped in and delivered a standing 8 count. And there were 2 of them in that round. It was just a brilliant performance. Not like the one you saw from Odom in boxing. It was just a bombing performance from the man in gold, Junior Jones.
And it's strange, Randy, because before the bout, when he was loosening up, he hurt his right shoulder, and he came around and threw the right hand and hit his opponent, and gave him a standing 8 count.
He hurt his shoulder. Look at that right hand that he delivered. And that one there caused another standing 8 count.
Maybe you hit it in the right place.
Arnold Miranda. Dan Gant waits till the seconds are all the way down. Junior Jones in the gold. Jones lost in the finals of the 112-pound novice last year to Irving Pierre-Louis, an outstanding young fighter. Jones, in his second year in the gloves, looking very, very confident and very, very good.
And very strong.
18 years old.
Jones has had 105 amateur bouts. He's lost only 7 times. He's been boxing since about the age of 10. He's 18 now.
Got in a good right hand. Blood again pouring from the nose of Arnold Miranda. Now with the 2 standing 8s in the first round, a total of 4 in the fight will end it. So should another 2 occur in this round, it would be over for Miranda. Oh, what a flurry. Jones all over Miranda. Miranda fighting back. Tremendous courage by Miranda as he lands the right hand. And he had Jones backing up and backing off.
I think about everybody here in the Felt Forum believes Jones. Wow.
Low blow.
You've got to get back in the boxing position no matter what. You've got to get back. He's ready. He's got the hands up, and now he might be given a 2-minute rest.
Stop!
Into the neutral corner. Low blow. They've taken a point away from Junior Jones for a low blow.
Well, as I was saying, as that low blow landed, Miranda and everybody else, I think, he's just getting outgunned here, and everybody knows it except Miranda. Somebody forgot to tell him, and he believes he's still got this fight, and he can win it.
In the round two, the loss of a point definitely a factor, because Miranda fought valiantly in that round.
Chin down. Chin down. Keep your chin down. Give me the towel, Shaka. Give me the towel. Give me the ring.
I believe I said Cage Recreation is from Yonkers. It's located in White Plains. Here's Miranda trying to come back.
He had been tattooed right before this, but here he comes like a madman, still trying for those golden gloves. And it was right around here that Danny Gant got between them, and then a low blow very nearly took Miranda off his feet.
Now give it here. Where's the mouthpiece? I gave it here.
Junior Jones had a huge first round as Miranda was given 2 standing 8s. Third and final round in this 112-pound open championship. Make it the 119-pound novice. We're going back to last fight. Jones coming out winging. Good sharp jab by Jones. Miranda keeps coming. He's getting stung by the jabs.
Jones can't get too cocky. He's got a tough opponent here. This guy is not going to give up that easy.
And he landed a good right uppercut.
Jones can't rely on strength too much. You got to use some boxing skill in there.
I think Jones thought he could outslug Miranda in the first round, and he's learned he's got to box him instead.
Those 2 standing 8 counts, I think, made him a little overconfident.
I think Miranda's waiting too much. He's got to get back and do all he can to score some big points in this round.
Well, he's trying his hardest. Jones better put some punches together this round. He's got to remember he lost a point last round.
Mouthpiece goes flying out of the mouth of Miranda.
That's one of those cheapy mouthpieces from the way it looks. It's just one of those rubber mouthpieces that are not molded at all. I was just about waiting for that to happen. Miranda looks very uncomfortable with it in his mouth, but an amateur rule now says if the mouthpiece is punched out or knocked out, it's got to get washed off and put back in the boxer's mouth.
Time stopped by referee Dan Gant. Miranda buys a few seconds of rest. It was a good combination by Jones, a pretty one, that knocked the mouthpiece out. The right hand sent it flying. Jones a lot smarter in this third round. Throwing combinations and then stepping away, getting out of Miranda's punching distance. Good body shots by Jones. Miranda chasing, but he can't find them.
This is what you call going for the goal.
And that's it. 112-pound novice championship is over. The judges will tally the cards, and we'll come back to announce the champion in just a moment. Waiting the announcement of the champion here. Let's go to Matt Cusick.
The 119-pound novice champion, Jones.
Junior Jones. By a decision. Last year, a loser in the finals of the 112-pound novice. This year, a winner of the 119-pound novice. Junior Jones representing the PAL. For Arnold Miranda, it was disappointment, but a courageous performance. For Junior Jones, the announcement meant smiles. Right now, we have have the horns heralding the arrival of the boxers in our next bout. And we will have a walkover here, a default in this bout because Kevin Kelly was hurt.
Frederick Liberatore, police athletically.
Frederick Liberatore will be the champion in the 125-pound open class.
And a 3-year gloves veteran. Employed as a produce salesman, his record is 2 decisions. His opponent in the blue corner, Kevin Kelly, police athletically. He is 20 and a student at New York City Technical College. Kelly is currently ranked 2 in the United States by the United States Amateur Boxing Federation. His record, 1 decision, 1 knockout. However, due to an injury, Kelly cannot compete. The 125-pound open champion, Liberatore.
Fred Liberatore, who plans to turn pro. And I would say late summertime, we will see Fred Liberatore fight his first professional bout. Kevin Kelly will go on to the regionals and hopefully the Olympic trials and hopes to be in the Olympics. Kevin Kelly fought last week in the AAU Nationals, was injured, lost in the tournament there, but he expects to be fighting in the Olympics this year. Very confident young man, former Golden Gloves champion. We'll continue with our coverage of the boxing action set to continue in the Golden Gloves Championships in the 132-pound novice final. Derrick Francis and Jose Cruz. Derrick Francis has won 4 bouts in the tournament thus far, 3 by decision, 1 by knockout. And across the way will be Jose Cruz, who's won 3 decisions and had 1 by, and another competitor from the PAL. Ronald McCall, who would have fought later on this evening, he too will win the Golden Gloves title tonight by default. Federico Triunfel, Ricardo Garcia, and Robert Alvarez, past winners in the 132-pound novice class.
His record, 3 decisions.
Look at Derrick Francis. Kevin Kelly, some sadness there. A 2-time Golden Gloves champion, is looking forward to competing.
From Mike Tyson. He sends his regrets that he'll be unable to come to the Golden Gloves due to personal reasons.
Making an announcement that Mike Tyson cannot be here tonight. I think they were hopeful that he would be present to receive the Daily News front page award. Frank Martinez is the referee in the ring. Getting back to Kevin Kelly, last week he lost to Ronald 3-2 in the AAU National Finals. A lot of observers at ringside felt he won that fight.
Very, very close. Seconds down.
Right here, 132-pound novice final.
Judge, time.
Derrick Francis, 23 years old, in the gold. This is his 2nd year in the Golden Gloves. Sharp jabs by Francis. Jose Cruz in the blue, his 1st year in the gloves. He's 22 years old, from the Bronx. Nice straight right hand by Derrick Francis.
This is going to be a good one. Both these guys have fast hands and very hard punches, especially with the right cross. Both of them. Cruz also owns a real hard left hook.
His last 2 punches taken on the arms by Derrick Francis. Francis got a good straight right hand.
Francis impressed me last week, Sam, when I seen him fight in the semifinals. And I think he has a good shot at bringing home the gold this year.
A little off balance the way he threw that punch.
And this is the one I've been calling the battle of the right uppercuts. Both men use their right uppercuts overtime, and not many amateur boxers have even a right uppercut, but here are two boxers who do, and as we've seen them in the past, use it plenty.
Both landing. Francis with a good counter combination, then he got clipped with a left hook. He tried that right uppercut. Punches coming from all angles from both boxers. End of round one. Round two, 132-pound novice championship. Derrick Francis in the gold, Jose Cruz in the blue. Good first round. Both fighters landing a lot of punches. His good right hand getting in by Francis. I gave Francis the round. How about you?
Same thing. I thought he got up to a much better start, but at the close of the round, Cruz was coming on.
Buddy, what do you think?
Yeah, I forget the first round of Francis. He maintained his cool and picking a lot of shots off with his arm. He just has to fight it back. Sometimes he's waiting too long to punch back.
In Cruz's corner, they told him to stop being so defensive, throw more punches.
Well, Francis is very awkward also. He is a very awkward, but his style is very effective.
BAL has put together quite a program. Both these fighters representing the BAL. Liberatore and Kelly, who would have gone in the previous bout from the BAL. Look at Cruz, and Francis has got to back off to get out of trouble.
But this is exactly what Cruz did when he beat Cyril Canales on decision in the semifinals. And you know what? He didn't have much left in the third and final round. There's that right uppercut.
Cruz just missing with those punches. Final seconds, round two. Jose Cruz in the blue had a better second round.
Much better second round. He came out firing, and you know what? I got this even. I think just about everybody does. Fasten your seatbelt for 2 minutes of action here.
Francis has landed some good jabs here and a pretty combination, but Cruz answers right back. Caution from Frank Martinez to Derrick Francis. Will Cruz tire in this round?
Well, he did in the semifinals, and there's another caution to Francis about pulling down. Watch about holding behind the head.
Cruz got in a good right hand.
Once again, Buddy McGarrett, we're talking about digging down, getting the goal.
That's it. For the whole ball of wax.
Francis, a good combination, and a little smarter in this round, throwing the combinations and backing out.
In the second round, Francis was slipping and catching punches, but he wasn't firing them back. As you see he's doing now, but when he punches back, his opponent isn't that effective.
Good sharp jab by Francis.
But he landed that jab after taking that 3 pity-pat punches, and you wonder how the judges are looking at it.
He's throwing good body shots inside Francis, that uppercut.
Good right hand to the side of the head by Francis. Francis landing more punches here, and Cruz tiring. Has got to hold on.
Those uppercuts to the body, I think, took some of the steam out of him.
Good right uppercut by Francis, lands on the chin.
I think Francis is pulling this out in the final seconds. And once again, Cruz is fading in that final round, the final seconds.
That's it. And a good one. A close one. I like Derrick Francis 59 to 58. What do you think?
Same thing. I think it was the final 30 seconds or so. Francis was digging down. Francis in the gold. Launches that overhand right. You see Cruz pulling out with the left hand. The bad intentions weren't there in his shots the way they were in the first 2 rounds.
Well, Francis throwing those Mike Tyson uppercuts took all the steam out of him.
Well, the battle of the uppercuts is over, and I do believe that Derrick Francis, the man in gold, is going to come away the winner.
Cards have been collected by the referee, Frank Martinez.
Boxers, let's go.
And the boxers called to the center of the ring to await the announcement of the champion.
Nice going.
Matt Cusack has looked over the cards, and here it is.
The 132-pound novice champion, Francis.
Francis had better watch it. The ceiling is only about 60 or 70 feet in the fell form. He almost hit it.
Unpopular decision to some fans here, but not to Derrick Francis and the men in his corner. 23-year-old Derrick Francis, a winner. For Jose Cruz, disappointment, and it's joy for Derrick Francis, the Golden Gloves champion at 132-pound novice class. We'll be right back. He was given the championship of the 125-pound open class when Kevin Kelly could not compete because of a hand injury suffered last week in the AAU Nationals. Both boxers are with Bruce Beck right now, and hopefully he'll duck away from their punches and ask them a few questions. Let's go to Bruce.
Well, these two guys know each other very well. They've been teammates and friends for a long time. And Fred Liberatore, you finally got your first Golden Gloves. What does it mean?
It means a lot to me. This is something that I really wanted right before I turned pro, because this is my last year, and then I'm turning pro.
Kevin Kelly, if you couldn't win it, are you happy that Fred did?
Very much so. I mean, he's watched me in the Golden Gloves go many, many times. I mean, I've been through the Golden Gloves my 3rd time. I got 2 titles previous to this one, and I'm glad if anybody could have it, Freddie could have it.
What do you like about Fred? I mean, what about his attributes as a fighter?
He's strong. He's patient. I mean, he waited till his turn came in and he took it.
Now, are you headed to the Olympics? Is that your hope?
Yes, I'm going to the Eastern qualifications to qualify for the Olympics. After that's over, we'll see. We'll take it from there.
Now, Fred, you're taking a different route. Instead of thinking about the Olympics, you're turning pro. Why?
Turning pro. I feel that they don't like my style. What they like is style like Kevin, a boxer, more of a boxer. What I have is more of a professional style, so I think that's where I'm going to go to, and I want to start making the money.
What about going 4, 6, maybe 8 rounds in the future? You ready?
Yeah, oh yeah, more than ready. Thinking of 10 to 15, I don't care.
Now the big question is, if these two guys fought tonight, who would have won? Fred?
No comment. I don't think like that. If it would have happened, it would have happened. But my trainer, Phil Borgia, he wants us to go in the ring 110%. And being that Kevin's hand wasn't right, that doesn't make him 110%. And if it was vice versa, I would have done the same thing.
Kevin, he's hedging a little bit. Who would have won?
I have the same comment. I say like this. Most of our fights are in the gym. They're far-fetched than you can imagine right now. I mean, they're wars. But as far as the fighting, I don't know. I really couldn't answer it because we do have different styles. I am the boxer, and Freddie is the one that comes to fight. I can't really say. I don't know.
Maybe you guys will see each other in the pros.
Maybe, and then I think it'll be a good fight. It'll be a great fight. I mean, then it's a world title shot, and I wouldn't mind boxing Freddie for a world title shot. But now, we mind boxing for the Golden Gloves either. But fortunately, that can't happen.
Kevin, congratulations. Good luck in the Olympics.
Thank you.
And Fred, congratulations on winning the Golden Glove.
That's the one thing. I would like to say hello to my girlfriend, Lisa Bruderson, and her family. Hi.
This guy's a real politician, and he's also a winner of the Golden Gloves tonight. Back to the ring.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum, and we continue our coverage of the Daily News Golden Gloves Championship, first of 2 nights of championships. We're stepping into the 139-pound open class, where Varise Waller and Ray Farratt will meet up. Past champions include John Meekins, outstanding pro, Ronald McCall, who would have been fighting in the 156-pound open later this evening, Glenwood Brown in 1986, and Dwayne Webb in 1987. Glenwood Brown, now fighting in the welterweight division, is unbeaten as a pro. He's been outstanding. In 1986, he met Raul Rivera. And at the age of 18, Glenwood Brown with the big left hook knocked Rivera down and went on to win the Golden Gloves. Glenwood Brown, the real beast.
He wasn't the real beast yet, but he became the real beast, and he really is now. He'll be main eventing next week.
That the 139-pound open in 1986. Tonight, Varise Waller from Jamaica, Queens, 24 years old, has won 3 decisions. He's representing New York City Recreation. Ray Farratt, his second year in the Golden Gloves, went to the quarterfinals last year. He's 17 years old from the Bronx. Represents the number1 boxing club. 3 decisions for Ray Farratt. So the boxers, 24-year-old Varise Waller in the gold, 17-year-old Ray Farratt in the blue. Frank Martinez remains in the ring as the referee. And here we go. That last bout, Derrick Francis winning the championship over Jose Cruz by a 3-2 decision.
That was a good one, and it certainly was close. And you know what? This one is going to be good and close. Buddy, didn't you do some boxing with Ray Farratt?
Yeah, I boxed with him about a year ago. They said they had a young kid they wanted me to work with. When I got in there, he punched like a grown man. So the kid has a lot of talent, and I see him as a future world champion in the future.
Wow. He's only 17 years old, so you boxed him when he was like 16.
He was 16 years old.
Ray Farratt is a graduate of the Kid Gloves, the Junior Olympic program, and won championships in both of those tournaments and in the Empire Games.
This is the classic kind of matchup we talk about. The man in blue, Ray Farratt, the slugger, the absolute just hell on wheels, just goes right at his opponent, likes to take no prisoners. Varise Waller, your consummate boxer, likes to use the ring, set everything up with the jab.
3rd year in the gloves for Varise Waller. He reached the quarterfinals in 1983 and again last year. But Farratt stalking Waller, throwing the big punches. Waller has done good jobs with flurries and jabs.
He's going to have to keep doing that. He likes to think of himself as an adjustable fighter. That if the opponent comes at him, he'll box him. If the opponent boxes him, he'll slug. Tonight, there's no question about it. There's no way that he could slug with Ray Farratt and win it.
The question is, will Farratt's style be conducive to winning an amateur bout here against a good boxer like Waller?
That's yet to be seen. Remember, these are only 2-minute rounds. I think in a 3-minute round, Farratt would have a much better chance to wear his opponent down. Now Farratt is cautioned, keep your punches up.
A little low with a left hook moments ago. Farratt continues to stalk and pound away. Big finish to the round by Ray Farratt. 139-pound open championship. Ray Farratt, a senior at JFK High School in Riverdale in the blue. And Varise Waller, a maintenance man from Jamaica, Queens in the gold. 2nd round of this 139-pound open championship.
Man, when I boxed with Ray Farratt, he was out boxing a lot in the gym. Now I see he's putting pressure. He's also a good boxer. They should mix it up because he's fighting a guy who's starting to figure him out.
But I believe Farratt is the kind of boxer that if you stand there with just for a moment, you could be punished severely.
Farratt has thrown beautiful body shots, and they have to be taking their toll on Waller.
We talk about bad intentions on punches many times, and you're seeing every shot that Farratt is throwing has those bad intentions on it.
Wicked left hook, double up left hook by Farratt. Gets the right hand in. Waller continues to back off.
Last year, Farratt lost a close decision, and this year, I guess he wants to take it to his own hand.
Look at those body shots by Farratt.
So they wear you down.
Waller stopping and trading and losing in the battle. A left hook blocked him.
He's got a box ready. He can't stand there. The guy's a very strong left hook and right hand. He's a power punch with both hands.
Man, oh man, we're seeing some good boxers this evening. Lionell Odom was outstanding earlier this evening. Junior Jones. And here Ray Farratt, very impressive through 2 rounds of this 139-pound Open Championship. Final seconds, round 2. Out for the 3rd and final round. Ray Farratt in the blue, Varise Waller in the gold. Waller showing Farratt a lot of movement. Waller finished the 2nd round with a nice flurry, but I don't know if that was enough to get him back in the round. I thought Farratt had a big round, Randy.
Waller showed a lot of heart. He took a lot of good body shots, a lot of good head shots, and he came back. So he's just as determined as Ray Farratt.
Ray Farratt is very busy, though. He's just thrown so many shots. And Waller just can't get off with that jab. He's got to just start double jabbing, triple jabbing, putting the right hand behind it, getting out.
I don't know why Waller is on the bicycle as much as he is. He's got to score points.
Well, Sam, I think he knows that there's no way he can stand in front of this little monster.
Waller got tagged in that last exchange and takes a standing 8 count.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Waller continues with a minute to go in the fight.
It's just a barrage of punches. Waller can't stand there. It's not the place for him to be. He might even be winning that exchange, but he's going to get hit with one good shot.
That was a good exchange for Waller.
Well, right now he's doing it because he realizes he's got to do it.
Waller's done a good job in this round.
Yes, he has. Forget that standing 8th minute. That counts no more than just a regular punch.
Waller is the man digging down right here and having a pretty good round. Sharp jab by Farratt.
Farratt is just too strong inside.
But Waller is so gutsy.
What a finish.
That was the best round of the bout, no question about it. That may have been Waller's best round of the bout because he did stand there. He got hurt, but he just dug in that final minute. He took a standing 8 count with about a minute 8 seconds to go in the round, and then he just planted his feet and let him go. Now here's what happens. He takes a smashing right to the face, wobbles for a moment, and the referee sends him to a neutral corner. But he didn't run, he didn't attempt to hold on or anything. You can't hold on to the amateurs. He plants his feet and then lets go with both hands, driving them both to the head and the body. What a finish it was, that final 68 seconds or so of the round. What a fight.
They both finished like champions, man.
Yeah.
I like Farratt to win it, but Waller with a strong finish I thought made it very close. We'll see what the judges think. 5 judges at ringside. Tally the cards. Matt Cusick will announce the champion.
The 139 Open champion, Farratt.
Ray Farratt, at age 17. Ray Farratt, in his 2nd Golden Gloves, has won the championship. Outstanding performance. So we have seen 2 youngsters, Lionell Odom at 17 and Ray Farratt at 17, who just have outstanding futures. For Varise Waller at 24, oh, he thought they were going to announce his name. For Ray Farratt, a golden future. He'll wear the Golden Gloves championship gloves home tonight. Bruce.
Well, Ray Farratt should be all smiles right now, but he's a little disappointed with his effort tonight. What went wrong? What are you upset about? You won the Golden Gloves.
Well, I didn't put enough pressure, and my punches, I didn't throw enough punches. And that's what I'm really disappointed about, and I didn't connect that much.
But you won the Junior Olympics 5 times. You won the Kid Gloves, now Golden Gloves. You're well on your way. Tell me about your future.
Well, hopefully, if the Lord... Oh, first, yeah. excuse me. First, I want to give thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving me the victory. Well, I would like to hopefully go and win the gold medal, Seoul, Korea, in the 8-8 Olympics.
What will it take to do it, Ray?
More training, running, and I think it's the 3 Ds: desire, determination, and dedication.
You're on your way, Ray. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
So Ray Farratt is thinking about 1988, and off the performance tonight, he took the first step.
Sam Rosen, Randy Gordon, Bruce Beck, and Buddy McGirt here at ringside in our coverage of the 1988 Daily News Golden Gloves Championships. Standing by, the 147-pound novice finalists and previous champions in this class: Juan Torres in 1984, Jorge Paneto in 1985, Darren Fullard in 86, and last year it was Ray Gonzalez. But one of the highlights of this class came up in 1984 in a preliminary bout. Gabino Ferreira and Carlos Montero. Watch what happens here. Bingo, they both go down.
When have you seen that happen? I remember I was out in the audience that night and I dropped soda all over myself.
They both get up wobbly, and neither fighter can continue. And Manny Fernandez says, wait a second, this fight is over. Neither one can go on. Tonight, it'll be Julio Morales with 3 decisions and 1 knockout, representing the #1 boxing club. And he'll be taking on Gregory Rolon. 3 decisions, 2 knockouts, representing Times Square Athletic Club. The southpaw, Rolon. Gonzalez takes the combinations. Gonzalez looks like the stalker in this fight. Rolon, the boxer, likes to use that jab and move. Rolon, 23 years old. In the gold, excuse me, in the blue, is a custodian from Jamaica, Queens.
In past bouts, getting to the finals, both have shown a propensity for throwing lots of punches over 3 rounds. And let's see if the same is here tonight.
Morales, a student at Hostas Community College. His 3rd year in the Golden Gloves. The 1st year he has reached the finals. Morales in the gold, but he's getting tagged as he comes in. He's not big punches, but Rolon is doing a good job with a couple of jabs, quick combinations.
You hit on it, Sam. They don't have to be big punches in the amateurs. But you remember in the amateurs how you were stressed by your coaches? You don't have to knock this guy, just touch him with the jab, and you never listen.
Never. That was my problem in the amateurs. Always look for the knockout. 1 big left hook.
Sometimes it takes amateurs quite a long time before they learn that, and I think that's what made men like Mark Freeland, of course, he has a tremendous right hand, and Howard Davis, such exceptional amateurs. They realize everything's with the left jab. And now, the referee says, come on, you got to hit with the knuckle portion of the glove. You got to pronate the blow. You can't slap.
Final seconds, round 1. Bruce Beck standing by with Police Officer Stephen McDonald, who received the front page award just moments ago for his tremendous courage. The great fighter, Stephen McDonald. Bruce?
Perhaps New York's greatest fighter, Police Officer Stephen McDonald. What does the award mean to you?
It's a thrilling time for me to accept it on behalf of my family and New York City police officers and their families, especially those killed and injured in the line of duty.
The amazing thing about this award is that it's really a family affair for the McDonalds. Tell us about it.
Well, my grandfather, James Joseph Conway, received a New York Daily News Hero of the Month award back in 1937. And now to receive this is like you said, kept it in the family, so it's quite an honor.
It's very special for us to have you with us, and congratulations on the award.
Thank you, Bruce.
One of our favorite fighters, police officer Stephen McDonald, back to ringside.
Round 2 of this final in the 147-pound novice class. Julio Morales in the gold, Gregory Lonan in the blue.
Sam, getting off the fight for a minute, back to Officer McDonald. I wouldn't say he's New York's toughest fighter. I'd say he's the world's toughest fighter.
There we go. Special person.
This is the way these guys have gotten to the finals, with lots of punches, and they're both pinpointing their shots.
These fighters not as polished as the fighters we've seen in earlier bouts. I think Morales is reaching a lot with his punches.
Boxer, over there. Over there. One.
And you see, the punching with the palm has cost Julio Morales a point. Morales has been told to punch with the front of the glove, the knuckle portion, as Randy mentioned earlier. He's been slapping with the palm of the glove.
Once again, you've got to do something called pronate the blow. Turn it over.
Final seconds, round 2. Third and final round, 147-pound novice championship. Julio Morales in the gold, going after Gregory Lonan in the blue. Caution from referee Steve Goldberg about holding to Lonan. Morales has got to have a big round, because I think he's behind in this fight, Randy.
So do I. Lonan, with his smart boxing, I believe, has won the first 2 rounds. And I believe Morales knows it.
And don't forget, Morales lost a point in the last round. So if you scored it, what would have been a 20-19 round becomes 20-18. That's 2 cautions to Lonan.
One more, and he just may lose a point.
Good straight left by Lonan. Caught Morales walking in and shook him a little bit. Half a minute to go in this one. Both fighters a little tired. I think Steve Goldberg lost count. Last time he told him it was 2 warnings. 2 cautions to Lonan. He gave him another chance that time. Morales landing some big punches and going all out here.
Over there.
Standing 8 count for Lonan.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Got to get his hands up higher, I think. They were at chest level. I've seen fights stop.
That's right. The end of the fight. Morales finishing strong. Coming up with a big 3rd round. Was it enough to overcome the deficit of the first 2?
Morales really knew he had to step on the gas, and he gave it everything he had in those final 2 minutes. nailed him with a good, hard overhand right there and just kept the pressure on, stayed close. And at this point, Lionel's legs are gone. Remember, those first 2 rounds, he did a lot more moving. The hands were very, very heavy. Those 14-ounce gloves felt like 14-pound gloves. And here, referee Steve Goldberg steps between them, sends Morales to a neutral corner, and the standing 8 count is given.
That 1 point that Morales lost in the second round could be decisive in what appears to be a close decision. Matt Cusack has checked over the cards and will announce the champion.
The 147-pound novice champion, Morales.
Julio Morales. He did it. The big finish in the third round has won him the championship. Julio Morales, in his third Golden Gloves, becomes a champion. Gregory Lonnon thought he might have outboxed Morales. Oh, it hurts to hear Morales' name announced. Morales jumps for joy in victory. A Golden Gloves champion.
Morales coming alive in the third round. The third round at the Gloves is always so exciting, and a lot of times the pressure is on, but you rose to the occasion.
Yeah, I trained hard for this, real hard. Third round, I had to put a lot of pressure. I knew I was behind from the first round. I knew he was getting tired of me, but since I have good condition and good training, I still had energy left to pull it off.
How sweet is it to win the Golden Gloves?
It's beautiful, feel beautiful. Thanks a lot. I'd like to thank my father, my brothers, my friends that supported me, my coaches, and God above. And Luis Rivera told me since 10 years old also.
Now let's talk to your father, Jose Morales, behind you. You must be a proud man right now.
I've been proud because this is the first time that I got a winner in the Golden Glove. I have my other son, Jose Jr., he's pro now, 3-0. He never could make it because the competition before was too tough. Now a little soft.
Well, if you have a winner, you might as well have your son win it all. Julio, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back to ringside to Sam, Randy, and Buddy.
Thank you. And you're looking at Ronald McCall. Stepping out of the ring. He represents the Bedford-Stuyvesant Boxing Association, past champion in the Golden Gloves. He had won 3 decisions. He was due to meet Ray Rivera, 3-time Golden Gloves champion, in the 156-pound open final, but Rivera was injured last week in the AAU Nationals and could not compete. So by default, Ronald McCall is this year's 156-pound open champion. You're looking at Riddick Bowe leaning over at ringside. Riddick Bowe was due to compete in the super heavyweight open class, but he has no opponent. He'll get a Golden Gloves title with a walkover, but he wouldn't have been able to compete because he was knocked out in last week's AAU National.
That's right, Sam. He was stopped. So had anybody been around his weight and able to compete tonight, that man would, well, he would not have had another pair of Golden Gloves.
Should I get my trunks? No, I wouldn't go into the ring with Riddick.
I said around his weight, not heavier than him.
Oh, you just killed me. We'll be back with more boxing action in the Golden Gloves. Welcome back to ringside at Madison Square Garden Smelt Forum. This is the first night of 2 nights.
Okay, guy, you know the rules, but I said
the Golden Gloves finals. Referee Steve Goldberg is giving the fighters final instructions. Russell Council, representing Starrett City in Brooklyn, has won 3 decisions and 1 knockout. He's 18 years old, from Brooklyn, and a student at Grady Vocational High School. Carlos Gonzalez, representing Fort Apache Boxing Club, has won 4 decisions. He's also 18 years old, from the Bronx, works as a butcher, and previous champions in the 165-pound novice class, Moses Lewis, Richard Frazier, Angel Valentin, and Donald Leonardo. We are set to go with the 165-pound novice class. Last year, Donald Leonardo defeated Ricky Goodwine in the final. Carlos Gonzalez in the blue, aware that Russell Council is very strong, a slugger, and he knows he's got to get inside on the taller opponent, Carlos Gonzalez. Russell Council, second year in the Golden Gloves, lost in the first round last year. Gonzalez, second year in the Golden Gloves. He lost in the quarterfinals last year.
Let's see if Council starts as fast as he did in the semifinals when he walked out to the center of the ring against Kevin Crowley and just went at it punch for punch and stopped Crowley in that opening round.
Gonzalez wants to get inside and go to the body, slaps that left hook to the head. Big left hook by Council. I think Gonzalez will be making a mistake if he tries to slug it out with Council. Council just looks too strong.
I pick a knockout here, Randy.
Why is that? Just a couple of punches are landing.
Too many hard punches.
Well, holding behind the head by Russell Council. He'll get a caution from referee Steve Goldberg, and that's 2, says the referee.
And you can bet that if a man does that a few times, he'll do it again. It's very tough to get out of that habit. It's a habit. And I bet you that he's going to wind up losing a point tonight.
Watch that head coming in.
Council beginning to stalk Gonzalez. Gonzalez has stayed very busy. I think he's done a good job. Big body shots by Council. Final seconds, round 1. The left hook lands by Carlos Gonzalez. Randy Gordon, Bruce Beck, and Buddy McGirt here at Madison Square Garden Storm. You're watching first night of finals championships of the Daily News Golden Gloves. We'll be on the air tomorrow night at 7:30 here on Madison Square Garden Network with the second night of the finals.
It was an interesting first round. Carlos Gonzalez is giving away about 3 inches in height and about 3 inches in reach. Knew he had to put the pressure on. He did, and I believe he won the round. But so far, he started out by backing up, and there's only 120 seconds in every round. Sam, he can't afford to do that.
You got to put the pressure, like you say, Randy.
Council, a very awkward and wild puncher, has not landed. I think he's relying on the big punch, and he has not been landing them. Good charge by Gonzalez. He gets inside and takes away a lot of that reach.
That's exactly what it was, a charge. And Steve Goldberg tells him, watch it as you come in. Watch that head.
Maybe that's why I stand outside, Randy. He knows that when he goes in, he puts his head forward.
Good left hook by Gonzalez. And again. And a wobbly Council rocks back and takes a standing 8 count.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Council set to continue, but still a little bit shaky. Good right hand by Gonzalez, and he lands another combination. Council backed up to the corner. Tremendous heart by Carlos Gonzalez. Tremendous determination as he goes after the bigger man and has outslugged him. End of the second round.
It's amazing, Sam, how when you fight for the championship, how much punishment you can take and still come back.
2 more minutes and you're going to become champion. 2 more minutes. Come on, Charlie, man. I'm behind you, man. You got him. You got that motherfucker, bro. Do it for your fucking son, too, bro. 2 more minutes. You fight that motherfucker. You got him. He's scared of you already. You heard him. You're delaying too much. Combination. 1, 2, 3.
As last round, Gonzalez came walking in. He's got his chin up in the air, but then so does his opponent in gold. And you saw him take a few good hard shots. His whole foundation wobbled. And as he got hit with those shots, and the foundation did that wobble, it was like an earthquake. That's when the referee stepped in to give a standing 8 count.
And then Gonzalez followed up right after the 8 count with that big right hand.
I thought there might be another standing 8 count. I think referee Steve Goldberg was waiting for one more shot. And it was a good close to the round by Gonzalez.
Gonzalez is standing right on the inside of his opponent's reach. That's how he's able to score easy inside.
Council lands the right hand as they go all out here. Council backed up again. Gonzalez, bullish.
Stop! That's your head, that's 2.
Gonzalez with his legs spread wide apart is just full counsel across the ring. The caution for coaching from the corner of Carlos Gonzalez.
Oh, tremendous left hook by Gonzalez.
Again, counsel is wide open. He has no defense whatsoever.
Buddy McGirt is so right. It's amazing what a championship can do, how much punishment you can just soak up.
Even when you're tired, you dig deep down in there. But you know after this, there's no tomorrow.
Now it's counsel's corner that gets a caution for coaching. Good straight right hand by Carlos Gonzalez. Caught counsel walking in.
Counsel's taking a lot of shots, but he's fighting back.
Again, counsel got caught walking in. Counsel very awkward, very off balance.
It's hard to see who's hurt and who's tired.
Look at the legs, man. Look at the legs.
Good straight right by Gonzalez again.
I'm looking at the legs and I see 4 wobbly underpinnings.
Gonzalez not sure if those legs will hold him up. He stumbles in as the final seconds tick off.
What I was wrong about the knockout, Randy.
They can take some good punches. That's quite a performance by Carlos Gonzalez.
You know, had this been in the preliminaries, I think one man would have fallen down for sure. But, buddy, as you point out so many times, a championship just does something to a man where he reaches down, way down.
You get a natural high.
Carlos Gonzalez landed some big punches. Jimmy O'Farrell in the corner of Russell Counsel. And he took a lot of punishment. Both fighters 18 years old. And now the officials, referee Steve Goldberg, one of many referees who do such an outstanding job during the Golden Gloves, and one fine man is missing tonight, and that is Dick McGuire, long-time, very important man, long-time official of the Metropolitan Amateur Boxing Federation. He's in the hospital. He suffered a heart attack and underwent heart surgery. We wish him the best. The Amateur Boxing Federation, the Daily News, send their best wishes for his speedy recovery. Dick, all the best from all of us here. Right now, the announcement of the champion in the 165-pound novice class.
The 165-pound novice champion, Gonzalez.
That's what it's all about. Heart, determination. He just swung away for 3 rounds. 18-year-old Carlos Gonzalez from the Bronx, representing the Fort Apache Boxing Club, exits the ring a winner.
He ate a lot of shots, Sam, but oh, did he try.
The look of an annual Daily News Charities Golden Gloves. And not in action tonight was Riddick Bowe, but he will receive the Golden Gloves in a walkover because there's no opponent for him in the super heavyweight open class. He would not have been able to compete tonight, however. He was stopped last week in the AAU Nationals. This is a man who's won 3 Golden Gloves championships. He's with Bruce Beck right now. Let's go to Bruce.
Well, here's the gregarious one, Riddick Bowe, and he wins his 4th set of gloves. How come you were unopposed?
Your guess is just as good as mine.
What happened in the Nationals? You got beat.
Well, that's what they tell me.
Well, what was the story?
To make a long story short, small thing to a giant.
Well, you can come back strong. You feel confident?
Well, I would like to come back real strong. Oh, yes, my image is confident. What you trying to make it look like something new for?
Confident? You are cocky. Are you as good a fighter as you are a cocky individual?
Who, me? Nah, not me.
You going to make it happen at the Olympics?
Well, if it's meant to be so big, I would like to think so.
What do you got to work on?
Well, right now, a little bit of everything.
What particular?
Well, more boxing, you know. Just, you know, working with the jab and not relying on the right hand so much.
You feel disappointed that no one went in the ring against you tonight?
Yes, because I would like to give the people here in New York a good show.
You always do, Riddick. It's always a pleasure to see you. And let's see if you can really show the folks in the future that you're a world-class fighter.
Well, again, I would like to prove to them that I can and will.
All right, thanks for stopping by, Riddick.
Okay, anytime.
Riddick Bowe, one of my favorite fighters, and a character. Back to ringside.
One character to another. You know, they always have a good time. Previous champions in the 178-pound novice class. Riddick Bowe in 1985. Clinton Mitchell in 86. Roy Reed won the championship last year. But it was Riddick Bowe who made a name for himself in 1985 when he won his first Golden Gloves title. He's built up since then. But in 1985, he defeated Alfred Walcott for the championship. Well, he was tall and thin there, but he had that knockout power. 5 knockouts on his way to the Golden Gloves Championship, the 178-pound novice class in 1985. Tonight, 28-pound novice class, Fred Harris and Ronald Eldard. Frederick Harris, trained by Floyd Patterson. Ronald Eldard out of the Gleason's gym. 2 decisions and 2 knockouts. 23 years old. Born in Long Island. Grew up in Utah and lives in Queens now. Frederick Harris, who's in the Navy, representing the Huguenot Boxing Club. 2 decisions, 2 knockouts. Trained by the former heavyweight champion of the world, Floyd Patterson.
In the corner with Harris is the
set for the 178-pound novice championship. Ronald Eldard and Fred Harris, and there is Floyd Patterson, former Golden Gloves champion, former heavyweight champion of the world, being introduced to the crowd. And acknowledges the cheers.
You know, that man never announced his retirement. Sam, I'm waiting with George Foreman coming back. Floyd Patterson, I predict, will come back.
That'll go down with some of your great predictions.
Great prediction. But he never, I always joke around with him. He's never announced his retirement. He jokes about it too.
A great person, great champion, and now training Frederick Harris, the older brother of Tracy Harris Patterson, who is the adopted son of Floyd Patterson.
This is the man we told you who likes blowing up ships.
Ronald Eldard in the gold. 23 years old, first year in the Golden Gloves. Harris's first year as well. Steve Goldberg remains in the ring as the referee.
Well, Sam, I have to go with Eldard because we both have the same trainer, Hector Roca, so I have to lean a little bit towards him.
If you wonder where Eldard learned to fight, he's the second youngest of 8 children. End of statement.
Good work by Harris. Eldard landed a left hook, but then ate one. He lands another one.
Real nice right hand to the body by Harris.
Harris stepping in with that jab. Interesting how he picks up that left leg and just pours in behind that jab. almost like he's marching in behind that left foot. End of round one in this 178-pound novice championship bout. The champion in the 165-pound novice is Carlos Gonzalez, who's with Bruce Beck right now. Let's go back to Bruce.
It was bombs away just moments ago for Carlos Gonzalez, and do you always fight that powerful?
Yes, I do, but right now I'm training hard because of my manager, Victor Pena, and it wouldn't be like that if it wasn't for him and my brother-in-law.
Victor Pena, you worked him very hard in the ring. It paid tonight against somebody who was also very tough.
Yes, he was a tough fight. I've been watching all the fighters in his division weight, and I've seen this guy constantly really tough fight, prepared for him to fight the proper way. And he was getting off fast, he was getting off first, and he was scoring beautifully every time.
Let's take a look at the hands of Carlos Gonzalez. That is the hands of a carpenter and an awesome fighter. A winner tonight in the 165-pound novice division. Back to ringside.
Thanks, Bruce. Round two, 178-pound novice class. In the semifinals, Ronald Eldard won a decision over Scott Lopek. In the semifinals, Frederick Harris beat Slunzo Peterson. They come out very quick in the second round.
Eldard walking straight in, his chin up in the air, and he has got nailed with some hard shots, stiff shots right on the button. And again, no movement, no upper body movement from Eldard. He's very, very stiff.
You can tell Experience is going to win this fight here.
In Gonzalez's fight in the previous bout, Gonzalez won 5-0 on the scoring of the judges and won every round on every judge's card. A dominant performance by Carlos Gonzalez. Caution for holding behind the head and punching.
And Harris said, I did that?
Show me the tape. Trying to stay busy. Not much on much on those punches.
Yep, you got it, buddy. The
light heavyweight shoe shine.
Whenever you see those hands flash on the inside, just touch the other man, but flash very quick, like you're used to seeing the Hector Camachos and Howard Davis throw on the inside. We call it the shoe shine.
Speaking of Howard Davis, who'll join us at ringside tomorrow night, four-time Golden Gloves champion, as will former heavyweight novice champion Seamus McDonough.
You know what? I'm going to ask Howard to give me a lesson in that shoe shine.
Eldard a slapping right and then got tagged again by Harris. Both fighters trying to keep the arms busy. Big roundhouse right. Oh, the man who likes to blow up ships, Frederick Harris, is trying to blow up Ronald Eldard there. And they rest between periods or rounds 2 and 3. The sixth man he uses that, doesn't he?
How come we're trying to sell cybogenics now?
There's nothing come out. Got to step in. Move to the side now, yeah. Move down to the side. Take deep breaths all the way and let out easy. All the way up and come out easy. Alright? All the way up. Now this round, try to move. That's all it gets. Right?
This is the round.
There we go. I've got Harris ahead. I gave him both rounds 20-19.
I got it even.
Sam, you got it even. I've got the same as Sam. Let's see.
Eldard putting the pressure on. Harris punching them all. And again with 2 right hands. Eldard holding on. I believe we'll get a standing 8, will he? No.
Wow, I thought a standing 8 was coming.
But right again by Harris.
The championship field.
Eldard is definitely hurt. He's 1 shot away from taking the standing 8.
As far as that head coming in, that's 2.
Steve Goldberg, the referee. Harris has landed some good right hands. barefooted, throwing arm punches. He seems to be wearing out.
Eldard also fighting the referee at this point because just about everything he does, he's getting admonished for. And rightfully so, because he is tired, he's floundering inside, his head is coming in close, he is holding on to just about everything he's trying. And here comes the standing out.
That championship feeling it, Randy.
Harris landed a big right hand, standing 8 for Ronnie Eldard.
6,
Gets the gloves up.
7, 8,
Final seconds. And it looks like Fred Harris will follow in the footsteps of his younger brother, Tracy Harris Patterson, who won a Golden Gloves championship.
Watch that head, Ben.
That's it. Fred Harris, trained by Floyd Patterson. He threw some good right hands and appeared to dominate this fight from beginning to end.
I give Fred Harris all 3 rounds. Very nice round he had there in round 3.
We give him a 4-point win at 60-56. What do you think, buddy?
I didn't score the fight.
Oh, come on, wait a minute. At the end of last I'm going to get on your case. You said you had it even after 2.
Harris pulled it out in the last round.
Watch the right hand of Fred Harris.
Fred Harris stepped out here, and you're going to see Eldard, who was very, very tired. The hands were down, and bang, right over came that right hand. In came the left hand. He floundered. The referee saw it, sends one fighter to the neutral corner, and standing 8 for Eldard.
They await the announcement from Matt Cusack.
The 178-pound novice champion, Harris.
Frederick Harris. All the work was worth it. The man from the Navy. 21 years old. Born in Alabama. He's now stationed in Colts Neck, New Jersey. A petty officer in the United States Navy. Yes, his prayers were answered. Fred Harris is a Golden Glove. Harris, and Patterson are at Bruce Beck right now. Let's go to Bruce.
Fred Harris, a very happy winner. Were the years in the Navy a benefit for you for tonight in terms of the dedication, the discipline that you had to learn?
Oh, yes, they were. As you said, discipline really counted, all right? The Navy set me on the course, the right course. With discipline, it's the way to go.
Tell me about tonight's bout. What was the difference?
Well, the difference was I was tight, for one thing. The difference was I had a different boxer than I was accustomed to in the later rounds. Eldard was very strong. He pressed me really good, and I pulled out a victory. I'm happy about it.
Pulled it out. Did you feel in the 3rd round that's where you won it?
Oh, yes. The 1st and 2nd, they were really even rounds. With the 3rd, I really sucked it up and pushed it that last bit.
All right, where do you go from here?
I don't know. Depends on what Floyd says. I'm ready to go to the top if I can.
How sweet was tonight's win?
Oh, it's very sweet. Sweet as honey.
All right, Fred Harris, the winner tonight in the 178-pound novice division. It's anchors away in the Navy, bombs away in the ring.
Since to Fred Harris, Floyd Patterson is right behind us. He had a headset on, listening to his man. Congratulations, Floyd. Great job. Floyd Patterson, who trained Frederick Harris, he knows what it takes to win the Golden Gloves championship and to win it all. And here, the heavyweight novices are in the ring. Nathan Williams and Mitchell Rose, previous champions Ira Turner in 1984. Seamus McDonough, now unbeaten as a pro, and he'll join us at ringside tomorrow night. Ike Padilla, who won in '86 as a novice, he'll fight for the Open Championship tomorrow night against Michael Bent and Mark Wisbicki in 1987. Seamus McDonough, the man from Ireland. He trained while eating chickens before the bout.
He doesn't do that anymore.
Ike Padilla and Seamus McDonough met up in '85, and it was Seamus's big left hook that sent Ike Padilla down. Padilla would go on to be a champion in 1987. Seamus McDonough walked away that night as the Golden Gloves champion. That winning smile, that winning look. Nathan Williams of the Fort Apache Boxing Club will try to get that winning look tonight. He's won 3 decisions and had a bye. He'll go against Mitchell Rose of the Bedford-Stuyvesant Boxing Association, who's won 3 decisions and had a knockout for the heavyweight novice championship. And this, our final bout of the evening. Tomorrow night we'll be on the air at 7:30 with our coverage of the second night of the championships in the Golden Gloves. And tomorrow night, Ike Padilla and Michael Bent will headline the card, but also in the 165-pound open, Jade Scott and Keith Providence. 147-pound open, Larry Barnes and Joseph DeGuardia. There'll be some good ones.
That's a good one, real good one.
Here we go. Heavyweight novice. Nathan Williams in the gold, Mitchell Rose in the blue.
Mitchell Rose got to these finals by outpointing Michael Outerbridge and coming on strong to do so. Outerbridge just didn't throw enough punches in that bout. And the shorter man, by a few inches, Williams surprisingly is moving away. Normally, pressure is his fight.
Nathan Williams is 17 years old, from the Bronx, student at William Howard Taft High School. Williams in the gold. Mitchell Rose in the blue is 19 years old, from Brooklyn. First year in the gloves for Mitchell Rose. Nathan Williams fought in the gloves last year and lost in the second round.
Rose looks very strong. I think he's a converted southpaw. The way he fights, everything is depends on his left hand.
Why do some fighters convert, buddy?
I guess I have no idea, to be honest with you, Sam. I just, maybe a lot of them figure they get more fights when they turn pro by fighting orthodox.
Years ago, you could hardly get any bouts if your boxer was a southpaw, so you would turn him around, but really that's not the case today. There are just so many boxers around that you can get work anywhere.
Who wants to fight a good southpaw that can hit?
You look at Michael Nutt, undefeated middleweight, came out of the amateurs, real big record. That's a tricky southpaw. Nobody wants to box him. Right now, both men are thinking, and this is very untypical of heavyweight Golden Glove boxers.
Very quiet first round. We'll be right back. Round 2, heavyweight novice championship bout. Mitchell Rose in the blue, Nathan Williams in the gold.
Now we see the bomb.
He tried to throw it there, did Rose in the blue, just missed.
We're so surprised there hasn't been a knockout tonight.
Isn't that something? They're boxing with the 14-ounce gloves on. Buddy, what do you think of them? You work out much with them on?
Yes, I box with them in the gym. You know, it's good for when you fight right. You don't use the 8-ounce gloves. So it's a whole lot different. Your hands move a whole lot faster. It's all mental, in my opinion. If you got fast hands, you got fast hands. If not,
you better have big power.
Well, it's not like one man is wearing 14-ounce and the other's 8-ounce. They both are more or less handicapped or helped by the 14-ounce gloves.
I guess that's why there's not that many knockouts. They have the bigger gloves, they have the headgears, so it really reduces it. So
makes me wonder if the heavyweights seem like their hands are getting tired with these gloves. How about the 106-pounders?
Sure. That's why they start throwing low blows in the late round. Hands get too heavy.
These guys started out the bout as if their hands were heavy, and their hands are getting heavier.
Now Nathan Williams is turned around, trying to show Mitchell Rose a southpaw look,
but he's not throwing any punches.
Stop! He's not showing him too much, except just a classic stance. And of course, right back again.
Neither fighter really going for it here, though Rose has landed a few more right hands in the round 2. Final round of our final bout of the evening in the heavyweight novice class. Nathan Williams in the gold, Mitchell Rose in the blue. Who do you have ahead, man?
Who could score this bout? I've given the first 2 rounds to Mitchell Rose, but if this round is indicative of the first 2 rounds, I'm going to always remember this as the night or the bout that nobody wanted the gloves. this particular bout. Neither guy is fighting as if they want to take it. You can have the gloves. Nah, you can have the gloves. Very untypical of Golden Glove action.
Nathan Williams landed a right hand. I've given Rose the first 2 rounds. Just think he's landed a few more punches.
Quite frankly, Steve Goldberg, the ref, has done more work than both of them put together.
Slapping, reaching right hand by Rose. Landed.
These guys ain't even sweating.
This has been a very curious fight, and this has been a much better round for Nathan Williams.
A little too late. But he might pull it out with this, you never know. Gonzalez did it, why can't he?
Yeah, but he's not going for it. Gonzalez went for it. He really showed heart from beginning to end. Here, neither man really letting it all hang out and going for it.
Both gentlemen say they hope to turn professional one day. There's a few more punches to be thrown in the gym before that happens.
Well, they're both young. Williams 17 and Rose 19. A lot to learn and a ways to go. But one of them will wear the Golden Gloves home tonight.
I say Williams. They're going to go for Williams.
Yeah? I go with Mitchell Rose here in the blue. He's disappointed. Fans are a little disappointed. Bruce Beck is never disappointed. Are you, Bruce?
No, I'm not, Sam. You know, once again, the Golden Gloves have been something special. It's been a night of emotion as these fighters set a goal, achieve it, and then bask in the glory. And tomorrow night, I'm really looking forward to that bout in the 139-pound novice division between Jose Avila and Donald Wallace. So I'll be ready to go tomorrow night. Back to ringside.
Thanks, Bruce. And tomorrow night, I think I'm looking forward to that heavyweight bout. Michael Bent and Ike Padilla. Bent did not look good in the semifinals. Padilla, as you saw, lost as a novice to Seamus McDonough, but then bounced back and won the title last year when Bent wasn't around because he was fighting in the Nationals. I'm looking forward to that bout. That should be a real good one.
Buddy, aren't you picking an upset in that one?
Yeah, I'm picking Padilla. Bent, he didn't look too good in his last fight. Maybe, you know, they say you can't judge fighters on their last fight, but I think Padilla's right on the high now, so I'm going Padilla.
Okay, right now, is it Williams or Rose? Matt Cusick will let us know.
The heavyweight novice champion is Williams.
You got it, buddy.
You're right. Randy, I got one tonight.
In an uninspired fight, Nathan Williams, he doesn't even look that happy. But he's a Golden Gloves champion. Nevertheless, they'll never take that away from him. The 1988 heavyweight novice champion is Nathan Williams, 17 years old. Finals night at Madison Square Garden Spelt Forum and the Daily News Charities Golden Gloves. And opening up, David Villar will have a walkover. The man from the Yonkers PAL. A special night for this young man. It's his 4th Golden Gloves championship. But there's nobody there opposing him. Special young man for 4 years. He's been able to stay at this weight. That's incredible, Randy.
It really is. And he says he has no trouble making the weight. But I think it's always just a shame that a man has to pick up a Golden Glove title if there's nobody in front of him. If the opponent got hurt, that's one thing.
I think what's a shame is that we don't get a chance to see him fight because he's a very, very good boxer. 106 pounds, very fast hands, moves so very well, tremendous determination in the ring, and for 4 years now a champion. In 1985, he defeated Ramon Zayas. In 1986, he beat Christopher Merkel. And in 1987, he went against Dennis Coles in the championship in Madison Square Garden's main arena. The man in blue is David Villar taking on Dennis Coles. And just watch the overall quickness, the quick moves of Villar in the blue.
He really knows how to box. He uses the ring well. He's got tremendous hand speed, puts the punches together. Just a complete fighter.
And there it was, the announcement of his winning his 3rd set of Golden Gloves. This year, it's championship number 4 for David Villar of the Yonkers PAL, the 106-pound open champion, the walkover. But we are set for boxing action. 11 bouts are scheduled, And we will step from the 106, and Gilberto Gallego will match up in tonight's final.
Good luck.
Pena is 19 years old, from the Bronx.
How you doing, champ? Okay, remember when I give you...
His second year in the Golden Gloves. And you're looking at Robert Pena representing the PAL. And across the way is Gilbert Gallego. And as we have the introductions here, Matt Cusack will introduce the boxers as the trumpets herald their arrival. That'll be quite a feeling in the ring.
You know, it's out of a scene from Rocky.
The 112-pound novice championship. Introducing in the gold corner,
Robert Pena.
Robert Pena, Police Athletic League. A resident of the Bronx, he is 19 and a senior at James Monroe High School. His record, 2 decisions. His opponent in the blue corner, Gilberto Gallego, New York City Recreation. From Brooklyn, he is 16 and a freshman at Roosevelt High School. His tournament record, 1 decision, 1 knockout.
First year in the gloves for the man in blue, Gilbert Gallego. Second year in the gloves for Robert Pena, who last year lost to Irving Pierre-Louis, the eventual champion in the Golden Gloves.
Second.
The referee
mouthpiece is in. Ben Esteves is the referee. 16-year-old Gilbert Gallego in the blue. Student at FDR High School. And in the gold, Robert Pena, senior at James Monroe High School in the Bronx. Good hands by the man in gold, Pena.
But what we've seen of Pena in this tournament so far, he's not a physically strong man, but he's very, very quick, and he makes it all up by being in excellent condition. He finished strong in the semifinals, and that's something that Gallego did not do. And I'm wondering, at 16 years old, if in a tough bout, he might fade in the 3rd round. I got a feeling that Pena might take this one on decision.
Gallego has landed some very sharp punches here in the last flurry. Had a flurry and a sharp jab. Gallego in blue loaded up with a right hand. Glanced in a right hand off the top of the head of Pena.
Pena was asked why he entered the Golden Gloves, and this is his 2nd year in the gloves. Quite simply, he said, I like to fight.
It's a good reason.
There's those combinations that Santana we talked about.
Gallego answering back, landing some good punches. Pena keeps pumping those arms. Good left hook got in by Gallego, followed with a couple of right hands. It's a tough round to score. Both fighters have landed very, very well.
But Pena has put those punches together a bit more, and on the inside, he's landed some shots. That was a slip at level. I think he had a split step on it. Box.
Final seconds of round 1. And a good one in the 112-pound novice final. A good start to this one, and a tough round to call as Gilbert Gallego heads back into his corner. One of these men will wind up the champion. Already a champion is David Villar, who is with Bruce Beck right now. Let's join Bruce.
David Villar capturing his 4th set of Golden Gloves tonight. And David, recently you've been speaking to youngsters about the dangers of alcohol and drugs. Tell us about it.
Well, I've been going to schools and of Mark Twain and schools in Yonkers and talking to kids about staying out of trouble, that is no good for you, and you know, drugs are no good, and it's easy to say no to it. Showing them that what I do in boxing is about the same thing out there in the world, because what I do in boxing is, it will take me somewhere, and if they do the same, it'll take him somewhere too.
The champion in and out of the ring, David Villar, the buzzsaw, back to ringside.
Congratulations to David Villar, 4-time Golden Gloves champion. And we are joined by a former 4-time Golden Gloves champion here at ringside, Howard Davis Jr. Howard, it's good to have you here.
Hey, glad to be here.
Another man got 4 Golden Gloves, David Villar. How do you like that one?
You're driving the yellow here?
Just before.
Oh, sweet.
When his opponent, he had no opponent at 106. And now we got Robert Pena in the gold and Gilbert Gallego in the blue.
Well, these guys are fighting for their life right now. This is the Olympic year, and both of them got aspirations of winning a gold medal, I guess.
I remember you back in about 1972 just getting going at about 16 years old boxing. I think you started what, 118, 17?
I started at 112.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. And then when I entered the Golden Gloves my first year, I entered as a featherweight.
Gallego pushing Pena back. Pena's landed very well, though. How'd you score that first round, Randy? That was a tough one.
2019 for Pena. I thought he landed a bit more punches.
I went with him also. Gallego in the blue landed some sharp punches. Stamina could be the key. I agree with you, Randy. Stamina could be the key in this fight.
Just judging off their last bout, the semifinals, that was a real nice left uppercut to the body by Gallego. He faded in that third round, while in his last bout, Pena got stronger in round 3.
Final seconds, round 1. Round 3 of this 112-pound novice final. Robert Pena in the gold. Gilbert Gallego in the blue. Gallego got tagged with a right hand, but keeps coming. Got in a good left hook.
I think, Sam, they know this is the last round. I think it was pretty even the first 2 rounds, and I think they have to give it their all, both of them.
Right now, Gallego seems to be landing more punches, especially to the head. They trade left hooks.
I think Gallego got the better of the left hook.
Gallego was told in his corner after the second round, listen, you've dropped those first 2. You got to knock this guy out if you want the crown.
You think he dropped the first 2? I thought Gallego won the second round. I think it's even.
Really? Well, they told him in his corner, you've lost the first 2. A little sight job.
Yeah. I think Gallego was tiring right now.
That's what Gallego did, Howard, in his last fight. In the third round, the final minute, he ran out of gas. And in his last fight, Pena in the gold got stronger. So there's that little work on the inside, just tap, tap, tap. But it's still more than Gallego's doing.
Gallego's arms are real tired.
See, at 16 years old, he's just not ready to develop that stamina phase of his game.
Well, I think it's mental.
Got in a right hand, though. He's digging down. He planted his feet and landed a straight right hand.
Don't you think with some guys it just comes later, or do you think it's always mental?
I think it's mental 90% of the time.
This from a guy you understand who's never had a stamina problem.
No, it's mental. I've been tired, but, you know, you see 2 fighters, and one guy is very tired, and all of a sudden he staggers the guy, and all of a sudden he gets new energy. That shows you that it's mental.
Throwing punches right to the end. A good one. And a tough one to call. This will be very close. Robert Pena from the PAL, and the PAL has had an outstanding year of representation here in the Golden Gloves and in the finals. And Gilbert Gallego representing New York City Parks and Recreation. Gallego came out very fast early in the round.
That's because he really believed that he had to do something here, and he just jumped right on Pena, lands a solid right hand to the head that hurt Pena for a moment. But look, Pena just right on the inside, 1, 2, 3, right to the body, try to duck away and then start moving the hands once again. And I think it's because of that constant movement, and Sam, at the end of the round, you said it, that non-stop punching. I think the man that you're looking at, Gallego, will lose the bout. He just didn't have enough in his fists.
sometimes the judges look at the last 30 seconds, 45 to 30 seconds, and that's the most
before they make their decision.
Yes.
Fighters to the center of the ring. Matt Cusack will announce the champion.
The 112-pound novice champion is Gallego.
Wow. He did. Lasted. Gallego by a decision. At 16 years old, Gilbert Gallego has pulled it out in a very, very close fight. A student at FDR High School in Brooklyn, Gilbert Gallego. Robert Pena waiting. Oh.
Today, it's a freshman at FDR High School, Gilbert Gallego, and a terrific performance. Did you feel you worked enough? Do you feel you were busy enough to win it?
Yeah, I really hurt him at the end. I really got the hook on him.
What does it mean to you to fight in Madison Square Garden?
It means a lot, very a lot, because I usually, when I fought in the kick gloves, I fought outside the garden, never got to get inside. So now I got inside, and I'm really proud of myself. I want to thank my trainer and all the guys here. They helped me out a lot in the gym. I want to thank everybody else that helped me out.
All right. Now, when you came over here, you said this is like a dream. Can you elaborate on that?
It is like a dream, because I dreamed of this so long, and I prayed to God that I would get this.
Well, the dream pulled out, proved to be true. Prophetic, perhaps. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gilbert Gallego, 16 years of age, captures his first set of golden gloves at Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum, and you can see the jubilation on his face. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum, set to continue with boxing action in the finals of the Golden Gloves, 119-pound open class. And this has been a very, very star-filled class. In 1980, the Macho Man, Hector Macho Camacho, won the Golden Gloves. Tyrone Jackson, then Tracy Harris Patterson, Kevin Kelly, outstanding amateur still, and Peter Nieves. Back in 1984, it was Tracy Harris Patterson winning the championship as he defeated Edgar Lawrence. And Tracy Harris, who was trained by his soon-to-be adopted father, Floyd Patterson, went on to win the 125-pound Open the year later. But this was the first one, and the joy written all over the faces of Floyd Patterson and Tracy Harris. What a night it was back in 1984. Here tonight, Raymond Castro, who has won 2 decisions, will go against Anthony Perez. He too has won 2 decisions. Perez is 18 years old from Brooklyn. Castro is 23 years old, also from Brooklyn, and the defending champion. Castro in the gold, Perez in the blue.
You notice Perez is a southpaw, and it's very difficult fighting southpaw. But it's a little trade secret that I spoke to when I was in the Olympics. I spoke to Archie Moore. He gave me a little secret into fighting southpaw. He always told me to keep your left foot outside his right foot. You shouldn't have too much problem. And I remember fighting Yugoslav in the quarterfinals. And the guy was hitting me constantly. And then I remembered to put my left foot outside the right foot. And then it helped a lot.
We'll watch for that. Castro in the semifinals defeated Joshua Lopez. Perez defeated Irving Pierre Louis in the semifinals. Now Perez has switched to the conventional right-hand style. Perez, nice combination.
Smart tactic.
Perez fought well on the inside in his fight against Irving Pierre Louis. Castro throws some big punches. Got good punching power, but nice movement thus far. Look at the fast hands of Perez. He's got Castro confused here.
That's so fast, but he's not doing any scoring shots. That one he did with the lead left hand.
Well, Randy's making it look good.
Menes Davis is the referee. Nice movement on the part of Anthony Perez as we come to the end of round 1. Raymond Castro in the gold, Anthony Perez in the blue. Perez is a Golden Gloves champion at 112 pounds in the novice class in 1986. Castro, champion last year, 112-pound open class.
From the outside, Perez is just so sharp, measuring with that right jab, poking the right jab in, and dropping the left hand right behind it.
And he also has mismatched socks.
Shades of Dennis Milton.
Perez just seems to be a little too quick for him, both hand speed and foot speed.
Waiting. Every time Castro walks in, he tries to pick Castro apart. Thing, just like that.
It's a very intelligent fight. He's stepping in with punches and backing out, jabbing his way in.
Look at that, how he got out of the way at one shot, came back with 3 more. The judges have to be impressed by that.
Castro just can't seem to get anything going. A little holding on the part of Perez and a little pushing. Perez is impressive. Good style in the ring. 119-pound open final, third and final round. Anthony Perez in the blue, 18 years old from Brooklyn. Raymond Castro, also from Brooklyn, 23 years old in the gold.
And Castro has to take some chances here. Otherwise, he's really going to lose. He has to really take some chances.
I think Perez has fought a very smart fight. He's shown Castro all kinds of different looks, and I think he's totally confused him. A little hot dog in him, too.
I think he knows he has it in the bag, so he's going to showboat a little bit.
Well, from what I've learned in the scoring of amateur bouts, you never have anything in the bag until they've finally given you that decision.
You're absolutely right, man. I've seen some bad decisions.
The worst one I've ever seen went against Howard Davis Jr. It was over in Italy. And I'm not saying that because you're sitting here. You won the bout all 3 rounds. They took it from you.
I think I must have got hit maybe once or twice through the whole fight. And I couldn't believe it.
Perez continues to hop, skip, and jump and do everything right. And showboat. The crowd loves it. The fast hands of Anthony Perez, as he appears to be punching his way to another Golden Gloves championship. Little Perez shuffle, and he got tagged once by Castro. That'll bring him out of the shuffle.
Perez turned around, started to box orthodox for a moment. Let's see if he stays like that. A right-hander. Nope. Back again.
Perez got a little to learn here. Too much hot dogging, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm surprised he's not even drawing a caution for doing that. They don't like this, the hot dogging in the Golden Gloves or any amateur competition.
Well, they allow a little bit, but if you're obsessed with it, then, you know, they look down on it. But he has a good style for the Olympics.
Anthony Perez, 1986. He won the title in the novice class. You're looking at Raymond Castro. Perez, a student at Redirection High School, who says he hopes to turn pro in 1989. But what's ahead? Maybe a shot at the Olympics. The regionals, the Eastern regionals are coming up. And maybe that'll be on the agenda for Anthony Perez.
Look at this feint now. You're going to see Perez move one way. Says, hey, I'm over here. Nope. Here I come from the left side.
Yeah, watch the right hand. Well, I hit you with the left.
I've seen you do that.
Yeah, I've done it a few times. Every now and then I get a little cocky.
Raymond Castro, a champion last year, just didn't seem to be able to get anything going in this fight. Could never sustain an attack and couldn't slow down Anthony Perez. Matt Cusack will announce the champion.
The 119-pound open champion, Perez.
No question about that one. Anthony Perez, from start to finish, controlling the fight with the quick hands, the quick feet, and the embrace for his trainer, Henry Hot Pepper Brent, who helped him get his second set of Golden Gloves. The champion, Anthony Perez, in the 119-pound open class.
His record,
Set to continue on in the Golden Gloves finals in the 125-pound novice class. Jose Santana in the gold corners won 3 decisions. He was a semifinalist last year and lost to the man he will oppose tonight, Antonio Gonzalez. Gonzalez has won 4 decisions. He went to the finals last year and lost in the finals to Gennaro Andujar in the same class, the 125-pound novice. Set to go is Antonio Gonzalez, 21 years old, from Brooklyn, in the blue. And across the way in the gold, Jose Santana, 17 years old, also from Brooklyn. Santana, trained by Billy Giles and Tumbler Davis. Menace Davis is the referee. The 5 judges are set, and here we go.
Golden Gloves rematch. Let's see what they've learned. I know Santana personally. Matter of fact, him and I did a little sparring my first fight of the year here. He gave me a little help. But he's got a good jab. And I can remember when I was 17 years old, my first Golden Gloves year. You remember back that far, huh? Oh, yeah. Believe it or not.
Now, here's a novice fighter here who sparred with a 4-time Golden Glove champion and an Olympic champion. Is he still a novice fighter in there?
Well, from
technically he is, right?
Yeah, technically he is. I would have to go for that. But he has a lot to learn, especially on defense.
Santana just got cracked with a hard right hand as he walked in with his chin up in the air.
He's leaving himself wide open. Nice little flurry by Santana, but the sharper punch is being thrown by Antonio Gonzalez. It's been a little wild. Good right hand got in by Gonzalez. Last year, Gonzalez beat Santana in the semifinals. Then Gonzalez was stopped in the final.
Santana's the younger brother of Tony Santana, who's a 2-time Golden Glove champion in the 118-pound division, novice and open in 73 and 74.
Miranda, if you notice, Santana's left foot is on the inside of Gonzalez's foot.
Got to get it outside, huh?
Yes. This is why you keep getting hit with the right hook.
Sam Rosen, Randy Gordon, Bruce Beck, and Howard Davis Jr. ringside. Our coverage of the Golden Gloves finals. This is the 125-pound novice class. Jose Santana on the gold, and Antonio Gonzalez in the blue, and Menace Davis saying you've got to hit with the front portion of the gloves, not the palm portion. Slapping punches, but good ones by the man in blue, Antonio Gonzalez.
Sam, he's still making the same mistake, Santana. His left foot inside Gonzalez's right foot. This is why he keeps getting hit. And he's not using his jab.
Boy, Gonzalez just keeps punching away. Got hit with one right hand.
There's that Howard Davis shoe shine on the inside. You got to teach me that later.
Couple of straight lefts by Gonzalez rocks Santana. And Santana continues to push forward.
Good left hook.
That might have been a slap.
Well, both of them are slapping each other. It was a good slap.
That's a good sounding slap.
Those heads banged together, but with the headgear and the head guards that help prevent any butts and cuts from accidental butting.
That's exactly what the head guards do. Because of the ferocity of the amateur contest, these guys don't have time to set up and start boxing. They come right at each other normally. A lot of times they bang heads, and there'd be a lot of cuts and bruises in there if it wasn't for those head guards.
Kept up at tremendous pace. Santana trying to turn it on here.
See, they banged heads again. And again.
I don't know if they'll have anything left. The blue shoes belong to Santana. He never got him outside, did he, Howard?
Well, that's what I was talking about before. This is why he's not... Box! What happened there? He couldn't get any leverage on his punches, and he kept getting hit with a right hook.
Third and final round. I've got Gonzalez ahead. How about you, Randy?
Yeah, I gave him the first 2 rounds. I thought the first round was very close. It might have gone even to Santana, but Santana started getting hit later in the round with some bombs and more often. So I gave the round to Gonzalez. For last round, I thought Gonzalez had a real good one.
Gonzalez just throwing the sharper and more effective punches. Some of them are slapping, some of them are straight, like that left hand. Santana getting in a couple of straight rights.
Gonzalez is saying to himself, I beat you last year. You're not going to get revenge this year. I'm doing it again. And you can see him digging down. Oh, but Santana wants it bad. I just don't know if this is going to be enough.
Gonzalez is tired. He's planting his feet and throwing. Santana trying to land those quick punches on the inside. Nice move by Santana. Both men tiring. Wow. Look at this. Until they can't lift the arms anymore.
This is typical of the Golden Gloves.
Santana threw 3 left hooks and they all landed.
It's a good round for Santana.
I think it might be a little too late.
That's it.
Thank you.
This one will be very close.
If these guys didn't have head guards on tonight, there would have been cuts and bumps and bruises all over the place.
Please wait outside.
Jose Santana, 17 years old. Antonio Gonzalez, 21 years old. The 62nd Annual Daily News Golden Gloves are brought to you in part by Cybergenics. Total. Look at Antonio Gonzalez. Second year in the finals, hoping to be a winner. But he took some sharp punches in that third round from Santana.
Santana was trying to dig down because he might be believing that he lost those first 2 rounds. He was trying for the knockout. See how he's leaning into those shots, trying to get everything he can, loading up on his favorite punch, the right hand, over and over again. Slapping left hooks, nothing but slaps, and the judges don't even count that, despite the fact they landed.
Finally, they just wore out. Couldn't throw any more punches. Cards are still being checked out. 5 judges at ringside do the scoring. And still awaiting the decision. Nervous moment for these men in the ring. What are those final seconds like, Howard, waiting for the announcement?
Well, if you're confident that you won, there's no worry. But if you know it's close, then it's, there's worry.
Matt Cusack will announce it.
The 125-pound novice champion, Santana.
How about that?
Give it to Santana.
I thought Gonzalez had won it. Mixed reaction from the crowd. 7 17-year-old Jose Santana from Brooklyn has won the 125-pound novice championship. Gonzalez walks away in disappointment. Yes, the prayers are answered for Jose Santana as he came back to win the Golden Gloves championship. We'll be back with more coverage of the 62nd annual Daily News. Can't get much closer than this one for Jose Santana. 2 judges gave it to him by 1 point. 2 judges went for Gonzalez. 1 judge had it even at 58 all, but said Santana was the aggressor, and it gave it to him. He wins it 3-2. The champion is with Bruce Beck right now.
It was a big 3rd round for Jose Santana. Did you know you had to dig down deep and pull it out?
Yeah, I knew how to dig down deep in the 3rd round. The first 2 rounds was close. I thought I won the first. I thought he won the second. After the 3rd round, just got to keep punching, keep punching, keep punching. The way the amateurs do it.
What about your conditioning? Do you do anything special in training?
Just a lot of running with my brother, Tony Santana. I owe a great deal to. And my trainers, of course, Billy Giles, Tumbler Davis. And I just have to win it this year. It was my year.
Hey, Tumbler, you always have a champion. You always get one in there, huh?
Yep, that's where it is. We train hard. We working hard with the kids. That's all we can do. As long as we get a champ like this, you know, that's all that matters.
Billy Giles, it was a sweet win.
This one was sweeter than the most of them because this kid came back from drugs. You know, it's a hard thing. And everybody should say no to drugs. All kids behind this kid here.
Well, what about coming back from drugs? How did you turn your life around?
I turned it around just by being in shape and being a strong state of mind and saying no to everything and just the will of being in boxing, period. Just put it all to it.
An important lesson learned tonight at Madison Square Garden's Bell Forum. Jose Santana comes back from drugs.
Second night of championships in the 62nd annual Daily News Golden Gloves. Will be moving into the 132-pound open finals. And this, too, has been a good class. Derrick Batts in 1983. Owen McGeechee out of Bedford-Stuyvesant in 85. Davey Franco, 86. Eddie Hernandez last year. Derrick Batts fought a real good one back in 1983 against David Colon. This was non-stop action. And in this fight, back in 1983, they were still fighting 3-minute rounds in the open class. And they went at it for all 3 minutes of all 3 rounds. A tremendous fight, and Derrick Batts came away the winner. They had him on their feet in Madison Square Garden after that one. Batts comes away the champion. Here, we're set to go with Sean Daughtry in the gold, Robert Maldonado in the blue. Sean Daughtry is from Brooklyn. He's 18 years old, a senior at Walton High School. Robert Maldonado is 22 years old. He's in the blue. He's from Brooklyn. And he works as a courier. This is his 3rd year in the Golden Gloves. Maldonado's best finish quarterfinals at 85. Sean Daughtry in the Golden Gloves for the first time, but has competed in other tournaments, and thus fighting the open class.
Maldonado is a real fight fans fighter. The fans always love him because he just comes to fight. He gets stronger as the bout goes on, and when he gets hurt, he just shows tremendous guts and just digs down.
In his semifinal victory, Sean Daughtry defeated Vincent Crolani, fight which he came on, but Maldonado is a hard puncher. And Esteves, the referee, marking for holding. Maldonado loads up with that right hand, doesn't he? Coming to the end of round 1. Round 2, 132-pound open final. Robert Maldonado in the blue. Sean Daughtry in the gold. Daughtry showing some quick hands. Maldonado loading up. Oh, and Daughtry got in a good straight right hand.
Believe it or not, Sam, both of them hit each other with right hands. Look like.
Daughtry seems to be fighting a lot better in this second round.
He's starting to find the range a bit more because he, I believe, allowed Maldonado to get too close to him in the first round. He started to fight Maldonado's fight. Now he's keeping that distance, putting the punches together.
He's closing the gap.
What do you mean by that, Howard?
Well, sometime in the first round, two fighters are tentative to get in there and slug. They want to find each other out. And then after a while, somebody takes a chance and they close the gap. Meaning one of the fighters to get closer so he can get the range to punch. And that's what Daughtry's doing.
He's also slipping some of those big punches by Maldonado. Much better round for Sean Daughtry. He's been outstanding in the second round. Good left hook by Daughtry. Maldonado has left himself wide open. He just comes straight in, Randy. Just doesn't seem to give him any side to side at all. And he's paid the price for it. Good round for Sean Daughtry in the second round.
Keep throwing that right hand. Just buckle for right hand, right? The hook. You look good. Looking good, man. Looking good.
This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, is prohibited. Representing the Webster PAL,
Okay, same thing. A lot of right
Sean Daughtry.
A lot of right hands. You got this, boy.
Now, Howard was talking about closing the gap. And then you see Maldonado as he walked in. Where were his hands? His hands were down, but he's always trying to get that big right hand in. That's his knockout flow. And maybe that's his problem, is that he hits so hard with it. He's always trying to get it in.
But the other thing, Randy, that I felt in that round was that Maldonado was right there, standing right in front of Daughtry and getting tagged and paying for it. I thought that was a big round for Daughtry.
So did I. That might have even been a 2018 round. I have a 2019 that just might have been 2018. The winner gets 20 points. The loser 19 or less. And they're very generous with the giving of the points, or taking actually of the points. It's not necessarily a 2019 round.
I think this might be the telling factor who wins the fight here. Because I think Maldonado won a close first round, and Daughtry in the second round won it convincingly. I think this might be the telling round.
Can Daughtry keep up that same pace?
I think so. I think he made up his mind at the end of the first round that he's going to beat this guy.
Daughtry waiting a little more here in the second round. Rather in the third round. The second round, he was the man getting off first. It is him right hand.
He's loading up on that right hand. That's his favorite shot. And his managers, his trainers actually, wish he wouldn't load up on it, because if he didn't have such power in it, they feel he'd start putting his punches together and using that left hand more.
I think Daughtry's getting a little tired now.
Yeah.
Getting a little sloppy.
So you can see Maldonado's hand looking for that right hand.
Final seconds could really spell the difference in this fight. And that's it. Daughtry thinks he's got it. He was superb in the second round. That third round, I think, could go either way.
Yes. I can't even decide on that one myself.
Oh, no. Last night I put Buddy McGirt on the spot. You too. You're getting it. I got to go with Daughtry in that last round. And I'm not having a good night here. I think I'm 1 for 3 so far.
Thank you.
I'll give it to Daughtry. Real close, but I think it's Daughtry, maybe by a point.
If I give it to Daughtry, it will have to be for aggressiveness.
18-year-old Sean Daughtry, senior at Walton High School.
Howard just said aggressiveness to Daughtry. What you're one more word, effective aggressive. It's actually Maldonado was pouring it on.
Cards have been collected and inspected. And here comes the announcement.
The 132-pound open champion, Daughtry.
Yes, sir. That special feeling for Sean Daughtry. Maldonado was disappointed and hurt. But for Daughtry, very special. For Maldonado, he can't believe it. For Daughtry, oh, what a feeling.
First pair of gold gloves. Sean Daughtry, what a personality. Back to Sam and Randy and Howard.
Thanks, Bruce. And we step into the 139-pound novice class. Jose Avila, representing #1 Boxing Club. He's 20 years old, born in Honduras. He's won 3 decisions and 1 knockout in his first year in the Golden Gloves. Donald Wallace, 3 decisions, 1 knockout, representing New York City Recreation. He's 22 years old, from London, England, lives in Hollis, Queens. Mark Breland started out in this 139-pound novice class when he won his first Golden Gloves title. Terminator Coles won in 1981, Aureliano Sosa in 86, and last year's champion Juan Rivera. For Donald Wallace, this is his 3rd year in the Golden Gloves, still a novice fighter. He lost in the quarterfinals last year. Donald Wallace in the blue, Jose Avila in the gold.
The referee is Lou Cadella.
Lou Cadella is in the ring as the referee. Another seconds before that bell.
Okay, seconds down.
And the boxers have been called to the center of the ring.
Shake hands with each other.
For the 139-pound novice championship. Some wild swinging on the part of Avila. Wallace has shown some early speed. By Avila.
And that wobbled Wallace for a moment.
Head up.
Avila using his power on Wallace and using it effectively. Wallace holding and hitting. Holding to caution from Lou Cadella. With a nice move to get out of the range of Avila.
Avila is a very strong fighter. Probably lacks the experience. But you land one of them haymakers, anything can happen.
And again, if you watch closely, because of the ferocity of Golden Gloves competition, the heads constantly are coming together, and these young men can be thankful they've got those thick head guards on.
A lot of the punches coming from the side, but they're throwing. They continue to move.
But you know something, Randy? I think if they didn't have the headgears on, they probably wouldn't be fighting like that.
Right. Final seconds, round one. Round two, 139-pound novice championship. Donald Wallace in the blue, Jose Avila in the gold. Avila again coming out full-like, throwing the big punches and leaning forward with that head.
Tough to break.
And hitting on the break. Cadello tells Don Wallace.
Right now, Wallace is giving Avila angles, which is hard for Avila to come in with any attack.
Who do you think won the first one?
I think Avila won it because of his aggressiveness. He got tagged with a lot of shots, but I thought he was the effective aggressor. I gave him the round. Now everybody home is marking the scorecard the other way.
I like Wallace. A few more punches.
Even in the amateurs, we can't agree.
Neither fighter has much style here. It's just stand there and throw.
Well, Avila has to get close because he's giving away about 3 inches in height and about 3 inches in reach. He's got to get close. Wallace is perfectly free to move if he wants there because he can't grab in the amateurs. And he's standing there and winging away.
Avila just keeps pumping and pumping. And landing some good straight punches.
Avila lacks in experience. He makes up for in determination.
Late in round two. Speed. Set for round three, but in round two, Avila in the gold just kept pumping away.
He kept pumping away, landing most of those shots, eating a hard left hook as he did.
Wallace in the blue, Avila in the gold. Wallace trying to slow down the machine-like action of the arms of Jose Avila.
Without sounding redundant, I think they know this is the round. I think Avila won one round, and I think Wallace won one round. In my opinion, I think this is the round that's going to tell it all.
What's happening here, I think, is that Avila is throwing the more straight punches and landing while Wallace is out from the side, leaving himself open.
Well, in the second round, he started out with lateral movement and picking his punches from the side, but now he's just fighting Avila's fight. This is why he's getting hit. Like the angles he had there. Wallace moved to his right, or to his left, rather. That was a good angle. And now he stopped.
Good uppercut right on the chin of Wallace. Avila lands to right. A lot of Avila's punches lack full force because he's throwing them backing up, but he's still very strong.
I still think they're effective punches. He's taking some shots, but because he keeps coming in, keeps throwing, they each traded left hands there.
I think Avila's landing some more effective punches. He's landing more cleaner punches than Wallace. Wallace has occasion to slap.
Wallace's arms real tired, having difficulty landing any straight punches whatsoever, and any punches with anything on them as we come to the end of the fight. I like Avila in that one.
So do I.
So do I.
I gave him all 3 rounds. Maybe he didn't win all 3, maybe 2 of the 3, but I still think he did enough to win a championship.
I think Wallace won the first round, even though it was close.
I'll go with that.
And I think Avila won the last 2. Well, I'm no judge.
Neither is Sam. Don't worry about it.
20-year-old Jose Avila, born in Honduras. See Wallace throwing from the side. Meanwhile, Avila is inside there and throwing the punches straight.
That's what the judges look for. You're talking about aggressor. You're talking about effective aggressor. The man in goal, I thought tonight, Jose Avila.
He said that was his first year in the gloves, right, Avila?
Yes.
Yeah. Like I stated before, what he lacked in experience, he lacked in determination.
20 years old. He says he's going to be a pro one day, but his opponent Wallace at 22 says he's going to be a pro one day too, so maybe they'll meet down the road.
Both of them have a very bright future.
Cards collected, and now the moment of truth has arrived.
The 139-pound novice champion, Avila.
Jose Avila, representing #1 Boxing Club. His first year in the Golden Gloves, and it's a winning year, as he outboxes Donald Wallace to win the 139-pound novice championship. Yeah, it feels good. He'll be wearing the Golden Gloves. For Don Wallace, disappointment. Where Jose Avila has just won the 139-pound novice championship by a 3-2 decision. The champion has joined Bruce Beck right now. Let's go to Bruce.
Jose Avila and I have something in common. We both speak very little of a different language. He speaks very little English. I speak very little Spanish. So Lenny DeJesus, tell us about the win.
I'm Jose Morales.
Jose!
It's Jose. I was yesterday over here with you with my son, remember? Yeah, he's a good fighter. He just come from Honduras about a year ago, and then he got 5-5, 5-0. He didn't lose. That's the first experience of him in the Golden Glove because he's 19 years old, going to be 20 in this month.
Tough one because you went up against the
audience. I'd like to bring him up to take a bow. This man is a cruiserweight at 180 pounds. He is undefeated. His career record is 12 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 9 knockouts. He's a former Golden Glover in 1985. His next bout here will be on May 12th at the Felt Forum. Here he is, Seamus McDonough. Seamus McDonough. Here's a man who has competed as a lightweight. He is a 4-time Golden Glove champion. He was the 1976 Olympic gold medal winner. His career record is 31 wins, 4 losses, with 14 knockouts. Here is Howard Davis Jr. Also in the audience with us, he is the United States Boxing Association champion. He's number 3 with the International Boxing Federation. He's a middleweight. He fought Tommy Hearns 12 rounds to a decision. His career record is 29 wins, 5 losses, 4 draws with 18 KOs. Here he is, Doug DeWitt. Doug DeWitt. This man I am about to introduce is the World Boxing Council light heavyweight champion. His career record, he has 30 wins, 2 losses, and scored 25 stunning knockouts along the way. He will be fighting Leslie Stewart in Trinidad on May 29th and will be televised on Columbia Broadcasting System. Here is Don Lalonde. Don Lalonde. Also sitting right below us is State Senator D'Amato. State Senator D'Amato. Stand up and take a bow. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to take this opportunity to introduce to you a man who has been around boxing for many years and who during those years has made numerous constructive contributions to the sport. Ladies and gentlemen, the longtime voice of the Knicks, Rangers, and Golden Gloves on Madison Square Garden Cable TV, Mr. John F.X. Condon. John Condon. The Daily News is pleased to honor John for all he's done for amateur boxing by presenting him with this year's Joseph Medill Patterson Award. Presenting the award on behalf of the Daily News, Mr. John Campy, Vice President of Public Relations and Promotions.
Thank you, Frank. And I would like to thank the Daily News and particularly Mr. John Campy for this wonderful award. It's a very cherished award. I know of it for many years. I've been covering going to the Golden Gloves for many, many years. And it's a real, I don't know how many of you people out there know it, but so many people have benefited as a result of the Golden Gloves. The Daily News, a paper that I always call the biggest paper in the world with the biggest heart. And all the things that they have done with the money that you people have spent to come here and the money that they have donated to charities has saved the lives of a lot of people and helped many people of many races. Thank you once again. It's my pleasure to be here. Have a good evening.
A very, very special person, John Condon. So instrumental in the Kid Gloves program, the man who got it off the ground, the man who pushed so hard with it to help so many young kids in the communities around New York City, taking amateur boxing to those communities and getting them on the right path. Just a great, great person.
Great memories. Yeah, it does. It does. Glad to be here.
Howard Davis Jr., four-time. And congratulations to John Condon, who for so many years sat at these microphones and watched the Golden Gloves finals unfold. And right now we are set for the 147-pound open final. This, the Glamour division. Look at the former champions. Pedro Villar, 1980. From 1981 through 1984, it was all Mark Breland, followed by Bradley Austin, Aaron Davis, and Willie Wise. But Breland was the star, the man who started out in the 139-pound novice and won the championship in 1980. With George Washington in his corner, Breland went on to capture the 147-pound open championship 4 consecutive years, knocking out virtually every opponent in his path. Mark Breland on the way to becoming the only man to ever win 5 Golden Gloves championships. And then in 1984, he went on to win the Olympic gold and become a world champion. Mark Breland in the 147-pound open. Tonight, trying to follow in those footsteps, Larry Barnes of the Yonkers PAL. 2 decisions and a bye. Joseph DeGuardia from Morris Park Boxing Club with 3 decisions. And they will go after the championship in the 147-pound open.
If you've watched Larry Barnes before, you know what to expect. If you've never seen him before, you're in for a treat.
Barnes is 22, from Yonkers, born in Yonkers, makes his home in Mount Vernon. Wears no socks. Stands 5'5". DeGuardia 5'9½".
Is there any question? Larry Barnes' favorite boxer, Mike Tyson, Catskill Thunder.
Joseph DeGuardia, who would like to compete in the Olympics. A graduate of Fordham University in 1986, a history major, is now in his 2nd year at Hofstra Law School.
DeGuardia does not plan on standing in front of Larry Barnes. He does not plan on brawling with him. If he can move and box, he'll win. If he lets Larry Barnes get close, he'll lose. It's that simple.
DeGuardia has moved very well thus far, but hasn't done all that much to score points. Barnes has been the aggressor. DeGuardia's career goals, he says, to win a gold medal and become a top-notch lawyer.
The problem I see for DeGuardia later in this fight, should there be a later, is that his left arm, he's trying to hold on to Barnes in close.
Larry Barnes in the gold, inspired by his cousin, Paul DeVorce, a former Golden Gloves finalist and professional fighter. DeGuardia has blocked many of those punches by Barnes.
And you know, I talked about DeGuardia holding on. Barnes try to hold on the way Tyson does a lot of times. When his opponents try to move, he gets in close and says, you're not going anywhere, and tries to pull them in close and hold them with one arm. So I think you're going to see some cautions tonight to both boxers. I felt that breeze.
Barnes beat Eddie Leon in the semifinals. Eddie Leon. And DeGuardia beat Marvin Rolon in the semifinals. In the corner, Joseph
I
DeGuardia.
want you a little more busy. You're moving a little too much. Just get a little more busy. Give me the water. Hear me? You got to get a little more busy. Use that jab a little more. Okay, no. Just a little bit. You hear me? Take a deep breath. You got to get a little busier. Very close. Get a little busier. Use that jab more. Step in with it if you have to. Then some uppercuts as he's charging in. You hear me? Go ahead.
DeGuardia is showing some fine defense. You see Barnes charging in. Where's the right hand of DeGuardia? Up, picking off the shot, steps back, both punches missed. The left hand just touched him on the nose. But I thought it was a fine round for DeGuardia. I gave him the round, 20-19. Yes, Sam?
I gave it to Barnes. I thought he was effective in his aggression.
That's the word, effective. I didn't think he was that effective.
Round 2. DeGuardia was in a serious car crash in 1981. Caused a long layoff from boxing. Here they go. Going at it. Opening up both barrels.
DeGuardia did something there I did not think he was going to do. I did not think he was going to wing it with Barnes. You get away with that once in a while, but if you fight the other guy's fight, you're in trouble. Especially with Barnes.
Nice movement by DeGuardia.
Because Barnes is, I'd say, 90% offense, 10% defense. Take advantage of the man's weakness.
Barnes got in a left hook to the head, and he dug a left hook to the body. Which scored. DeGuardia continues to move, but not doing enough offensively, I don't think. At this point. This car crash in 1981 in which DeGuardia was injured sidetracked him from his hopes of making the 1984 Olympic team. Now, having returned to boxing, he has made the Olympics his goal this year.
And he's certainly showing a lot of poise and cool in there because he's under tremendous fire from Barnes, who's having a much better round.
Third year in the gloves for Larry Barnes. Good body shots, a 1-2 combination. Barnes very effective to the body. Randy, I just think that DeGuardia has tightened up. He hasn't opened up at all. Early in that second round, DeGuardia and Barnes went toe-to-toe.
And they did so for several seconds. DeGuardia held his own in an area he's not supposed to be able to do so.
Third and final round. I have Barnes ahead by 2 points, Randy.
I've got it even because I gave DeGuardia that first round. That was a round that you thought Barnes won, so this could be a very big round. Third round always is in the amateur.
I like what Barnes has been doing on the inside. Good left hook by Barnes. He is definitely the stronger puncher.
Oh, he just doesn't let you breathe. He gets right on your case. Right there, when he's on the outside, is when DeGuardia should be pulling the trigger.
5'5" Larry Barnes, boring his way inside, has banged to the body effectively in this fight.
Barnes with an amateur record of 24-9, and 1 win and 1 loss out in the Nationals. 37-4 is DeGuardia.
I just don't think DeGuardia has done enough offensively to score points. I think Barnes has been the man doing the scoring.
See, it's one jab at a time from DeGuardia. If he let that left jab go, it could be a different bout. But he's letting Barnes get close. Barnes is landing some of those body shots. And because of that pressure now, that effective aggressiveness, this round it is effective.
Barnes a little wide and wild with his roundhouse punches.
He's going to be a lot better fighter, and he says he's going to be pro one day. But Larry Barnes is going to be a lot better when he learns to shorten up on those punches. He's coming from 8th Avenue with a lot of those shots.
Representing the Yonkers PAL, which has a champion tonight in David Villar and a walkover. But Barnes trying to earn it in the ring against a very tough opponent, and that's it. In a real good one. Joseph DeGuardia and Larry Barnes.
Oh, quick guy.
In the 147-pound open class. I like Barnes all the way, Randy.
I like Barnes in 2/3 of the bout. Still enough on my card to win it.
Representing Morris Park Boxing Club, Joseph DeGuardia, a law student at Hofstra University. Larry Barnes, a lifeguard at Mount Vernon High School. Watch Barnes. I like that left hook to the body.
He got under a shot and then drove that left hand there. And we're talking about him shortening up on his shots. Most of those shots he wings, but a lot got there tonight, especially I thought in the second and third rounds. The decision could be interesting, especially if that first round went to DeGuardia.
22-year-old, 24-year-old Joseph DeGuardia. Boy, the nervous moments here. The stepping stone, a step in the direction of the Summer Olympics. Boxers to the center of the ring. Cards collected. Here is the announcement of the champion.
The 147-pound open champion, DeGuardia.
DeGuardia, oh my, how about that?
I said it was going to be close, that first round, which I gave to DeGuardia. That second round was the one, that telling round, which you and I both gave to Barnes. The judges obviously didn't see it that way. It went to DeGuardia. They liked the fact that he was moving and controlling the bout a bit more, Sam.
A mixed reaction. A mixed reaction from the crowd. Larry Barnes can't believe it.
No, I thought I won the fight clearly. I outboxed him, did exactly what I planned to do. I didn't, the crowd sometimes like to see slugging matches, and that's what Barnes is known for, and I'm not going to stop him.